Time to start the stream. Oh, oh, do. I'm trying to start the stream, and I don't know if it's going. All right, let's all right, let's go check it out here. It's probably gonna have like a fucking fit. Like, oh wait, okay, I got content. Alrighty. Let me go to it on here so I can share. Da, 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 da. Alrighty. Here we go. We are finally live. It's been a while. But my crazy ass had a lot to do, and now I got a fuck ton of time on my hands. So here we go. Once again. Alrighty. So we begin here. There we go. Alrighty. It's time to see just what in the hell has happened. As well as practicing with my quieter voice. Well, not so much a quieter voice, but practicing with my slower voice so more people can understand what the heck I am saying. Oh, crap. Oh, please don't do that. I'm just, jeez. Okay. I'm trying to find the perfect spot for my microphone. It has error. What the heck? Error. Open Studio. What is going on here? The resolution was not supported. Okay. That's fine. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to have that. Open the widget, please. You need to change video resolution. Was not supported for this company. Expect resolution 2560 1480. Alright, let me go here. Sorry, I'm getting crub from the back end. And I'm having to figure out how to deal with this scene, please. Okay, there we go. Overseeing projector, say screen filter, transfer. You know what? It is. It looks like it's showing up over here, but I do see what it means. It's bad quality. So let me settings. See if I can get my output changed. Output. There we go. Recording cannot be paused. Let's set the same as true. Okay. Output simple streaming. Forgive me. Oh, that's gonna make me. If you're gonna make me restart, then I'm just gonna have to deal with this for now. All right. Well, I'll just pray it isn't messing up the resolution too bad. Because it will not let me change things while streaming, so here I am. All right. Get back in the moment. Alrighty, hello everyone. Mike here, back from a very long streaming hiatus. Mainly because I've been just working on stuff in the back end, trying to decide just how I'm going to move forward with streaming and stuff like that. And also took a nice vacation. It's pretty awesome. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Yeah. And after the awesome vacation, I come back just to find out that my new favorite game, Palworld, is going into 1.0. Well, I figured it out during my vacation, but there really ain't nothing I could do about it because it. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, it didn't like that. Alrighty, first time streaming Palworld, may have to change settings as I go through. Please forgive me. Ah, I see Sayanku is in the chat. What's up, hon? How you doing? For anyone who stumbles along this stream and is curious, my vacation had to do with going to see my Chintaku. It was very nice. I got to go to Indonesia. It was pretty awesome. Wild time driving on the other side of the road. First for me, but hey, I liked it. Got used to it. It was a little crazy, but hey, here we are. What is this lag? Okay, I actually... Whoa, okay. I actually may have to restart if this lag on my actual game keeps up. But I don't think it'll keep up. I think it's just a little confused because I'm streaming, so it's just trying to figure out how to get its resources distributed just right. While I'm also trying to figure out how to get my sound just right. Okay, let me... If I'm looking at the screen... Okay, yeah, it's fine if I'm looking at the screen. Face tracking is a little bit tiresome. But I'm getting used to it over the time. I may have to give in and buy like a cheap iPhone with some good facial recognition on it so it could be my camera. But for now, the good old classic Logitech is working all right. Oh my goodness, it is that is a real model now. When I was playing this game the first time, I just straight up ran straight for that fucking tree, and I figured out it was just in the background, but I was so mad because I could tell it was a model, but now it's clearly a 3D model that I can go to. So we're gonna have a crazy time trying to figure out what the hell's going on, because I'm like level 54 already on this playthrough. First playthrough for me, by the way. I kind of bought the thing and just went insano style with it because I was like, hey, I need more games to stream other than just me doing New Vegas. And then this boyo came out. Okay, you sound... Are you... I'm actually having a hard time remembering if you're new or not. Oh boy. Hey, ain't no need to be a dick about this, bro. Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Get shot at. Alrighty. Is that gonna be a capture? Let's find out. Yo! New pal! Let's go! Alright. So my journey I was on here, I had just got myself a level 4 electric generating pal before the update happened. And I realized the time for the update it came, so I was like, alright, let me like just save where I am, whatever I'm doing, and come back in. So now I'm in a new thing, because I'm looking for a level 4 kindling type. Oh my, my character's model has completely messed up. Let me hit a reset here, so it'll look normal again. There we go. Okay. Alright, I'm going to keep that on top just so I know. I'm going to have to set that to like maybe a hotkey for... Because the more I mess with the microphone, the more it messes with the tracking. I think we're good now, though. Alright. And I've just kind of been roaming in a circle because I'm looking for my base. I didn't remember roaming this far from it, but apparently I did. So here we are. Ooh, I only have one of you? Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, one of the easiest ways to power level in this game was to just capture the hell out of pals. So I'm going to try to capture some pals here and get to the next level, because I was on a personal mission to get myself a jet dragon because it was the fastest mount. But apparently the mounts have gotten even better. So This will be pretty fun. Yep, yep, yep. Come on, you. Okay, they weren't lying. Some of these animations do look much nicer. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Just calm down, buddy. I just want to capture you and put you in my factory where I make things. I'm not like those other PAL owners. I don't butcher you guys for fun. I just butcher you guys when I need to butcher you guys. Which so far has been not at all, because, like, if you're fighting them normally, you'll get plenty of meat. Like, who cares? Alright, get another one of you. Come here. Bring me that. Yeah. Okay, these new dodges are so much better. Because those, like, even though I could, like, land a crazy backflip combo, it's so much easier to just be able to go between, like, dodge, roll. Oh, what the heck just happened with you? He was just, like, in a state of being captured and not being captured. What the heck? Hey, stop being a dick. Okay, I should have figured that would happen. Oh, Lord, the heavens are falling, please. I'm sorry. I thought we was homies. Don't do this to me. Might as well waste the other ones. I gotta try. See. Oh, you Lord. Oh. Oh. Botan, no. No! Blast you! Astagon, murder it! Wait, did you really come over here to attack my pal that I was trying to capture and not even fight me? What in the AI is this shit? Okay, that's new. And you're not really doing anything either, so that is also kind of new. Usually you just murder stuff, so okay. Okay, old man yells at clouds again. It's very confusing. What am I gonna do? What am I going to do? Oh no. I guess try to find a level 5 kindling. Man, oh man. Ugh. Let's see here. I'm just going to try and figure out. Okay. Let's go back to the base so we can fast travel. And, I know Yormantide Ignis was the level 4 that I was going to need. But I have a feeling Yormantide Ignis might not be where he used to be anymore. So this is going to be all brand new. Me going back through old places trying to figure out, just where certain things come from. And also trying to fight the areas to constantly murder pals to capture them for my army of doom. Oh, 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 oh! I didn't know it was like that. Wait, how the hell? Uh-oh. Guys, no. What did you do? Oh, Lord. Oh, no, everything's changed and I don't like it. Yeah, I'm so confused. Like, they just teleported outside of my base range to help me fight something that I didn't need help with. And then after they murder it, they're kind of stuck out here. This is interesting. And actually might be slightly annoying in the future. I guess it waits to be seen how annoying this will be. because I crap. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. All right. Well, the goal was to get in here any damn way. Okay, yeah. See, here's the guy I got. He's doing the little twerkathon here, to get electricity to go. Ozark over here. Yeah, he's dope. I'm gonna have to like make an alpha of him if I can. I've been wanting him since I fought him in the first tower or second, third, one of these towers. It's okay. All right, me. Let's see what in the name of Hullabaloo. Okay, there's new fast travel spots. That's cool. Blazma is no longer here. You used to be able to get a Blazma. Oh, okay. Is like I know I got rid of Astagon accidentally by doing what I did, but is Astagon like oh Astagon's moved to here now. Oh, what? What? Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, that thing's no longer out there. I guess Homeboy ain't here anymore either. Oh wait, no, that Homeboy's still there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Netulius, that is new. I remember thinking that was weird. It was okay. Boy, I'm kind of like stun locked a little bit by the. Oh, Frostalia Nocturnal. Yeah, they said they were going to change these, and I was curious of how much of a change they were going to get. It looks like they got some wild changes. Ooh, maybe big, boy. Okay. Okay, first thing I do have to turn, because having this in my ear the whole time is going to annoy the hell out of me. Master sound, I'm going to bring you down a bit for my own sanity. Background music we can keep. Sound effects. Let's bring those all down. Like, there we go. Voice NPC, voice pals. That is going. Oh, so down. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. I think I'm good with that. Yep. Okay, yeah, whatever, sure. I guess I can't apply all settings. That'd just be too nice, wouldn't it? That'd just be too nice. All right, level 4 kindling. I still have. Okay, that's what I can do. One of these I no longer need. So I gotta decide which one of these bases I'm gonna nuke and summon Blazemut Ryu, because I highly doubt that this still has the boy I'm looking for. But I can try. Wait, what the heck, Amugga? Like, oh, so many fast travels have changed. I kind of do and don't like it. Fuck it, I'll go to this one then. Oh, that's like relatively more pleasant now. I kind of like that. That's like a. It was a little more harsh on the tone before. It was like but okay, no. Okay, music nerd. Sorry. I'm never gonna not notice tonal changes like that. That's like so awesome. Oh man, but yeah. Also, I guess I could use this because my one concurrent viewer, she already knows. But I know there's some people that, for some strange reason, stop in after the fact and watch. Um, I am gonna have a new channel. I will pin it in the comments of this one, and also I will just put it in the description once it's up. I was gonna stream that on here tonight and like make this whole big Palworld thing and try to like, jump in on the fact that it just dropped 1.0, but I have a weird string of luck, and it's like, hey, I have exactly 24 hours before I can stream on the next one. So tomorrow is a Friday, so I guess that would be a better time to do a stream because more people might be off. Ah! Okay, I hurt my girl. More people might be off stream, and because it'll be weekends for some people, we'll see what I can do. Alrighty. Hopefully, I can get some fun in. Do, 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 do. Wow, that is a lot of XP for opening a chest. They were not lying when they said big changes. Okay. Get you so I can fly north. I'm not gonna lie. This right here, I was sold. Like the first time I got a pal that I could fly on the back of, game over. You know, I was like, this game of the year, no, game of forever for me. Fuck you. Well, okay. I was about to say, please unclip game of forever. That make me look even more stupid. But no, it's actually just a relatively fun game. It's kind of sad, like how easily. Uh, oh, they dive. They dive now. Oh, I'm sorry. I like. That's actually kind of fun. Before, like when you just went down, you just kind of kept this, like you kept like a static pose like this, and you just kind of like wee. But now you're like, ooh, ooh. This is. Why am I having so much fun with this? It's such like a small little thing, but I guess that gets back to my point. Something small like that you would only notice if you played this game way too much and care way too much about how games are put together. But like things like that, you most people wouldn't notice it, but their brain did. You know, the old red letter media saying. And you didn't have to do that, but they did. Like it tells me, you know, they understand the feel of it, the actual love of creating a freaking game. It shouldn't be so lost, but like I said, I was getting to the point of like a little studio known as a game. I don't know if saying their name. Well, fuck it, Game Freak. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna use this account for real anymore. But you know, people who make actual Pokemon. I dropped out of Pokemon in Gen 3, and to put that into perspective, we're gonna be paused here for a sec because I'm gonna use Google for the one person I am talking to, just to give her an idea of how long ago it's been since I've liked or played these games. Oh no. Okay. I was hoping you. Oh man. Okay. Uh. Oh man. This I feel old. Okay. Shintaku. My one watcher right now, and for anyone ever, she's my fiance. When you were literally 2 years old is the last time I played a new Pokemon game as a fan. I was a kid still myself, and I loved Pokemon. I loved Gen 1. It was absolutely amazing. Red, blue, yellow, and green. I played both. I didn't get green until later in life when, you know, the internet happened and we were able to play ROMs, and eventually we were able to order Japanese Game Boys and stuff like that so we can actually play the original green version. Because in America, we didn't get green, we got yellow because America understands marketing, and we understood very much that Pikachu was a prime one. And while it was supposed to be red, blue, and green for the original three starters, like it was in Japan, for us it was red, blue, yellow, because Pikachu was the juggernaut that basically carried this thing into cuteness overload, and what would solidify that damn thing in an entire generation, and probably theoretically speaking, ruin the millennial generation forever. But we'll get into that one day. On the other channel, which is a nice little segue, the other channel is going to be going way more into lore. I have some old reviews from my original YouTube channel that I'm going to redo on my new VTube avatar and re-edit and then finally do the final one of it. I did way back in the day. Shoot, it's been almost 10 years now since the original one. I made a Attack on Titan review because I was genuinely tired of how bad writing was getting in anime and how much the normie fan base that likes something like Attack on Titan had basically ruined anime as it stands, and be honest, it still echoes until today. So there it is. Shame. Such a shame. Man, I'm just shocked at just like thinking about how like it's just time wise, just thinking about these things is that's what really ages you as things go on. When you start looking back at retrospects and then you realize the amount of years between said retrospect. Oh my goodness, they. Oh my! Hold on. Oh, sorry, y'all. Something important happened here. Animation just went through the roof. Okay, taking that spear, even though I'll probably never use it, but this, yo, they actually improved it. Like it's pretty, like it's like a nice little smooth animation. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. Respect that. Woo hoo hoo! Oh, nice. But yeah, I was only here messing around because I was trying to get this because I had the one that was originally in this area, but for some reason now I don't have it anymore. I guess because they put this one here. I guess in my head, there were some that just didn't make sense in terms of spacing. So I guess over time, as they watched how people speed ran and played this, and they went back and decided, you know what, the distance between this one, and this one need to be, a little remixed up. I'm gonna have to go over here and see if they added one because I personally do. Oh, nope, nope, there it is. Yep. I felt there should have been one here because I was gonna build a whole base here to get here. So I'm guessing in order to get the distance between these two better, they changed the distance here instead of having it like right over here. They moved it a little bit further back, and there is another one over here now. So I remember there was one up here, but it was like much more towards like the top over here, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I have to look at the old map and compare it to the new map. But man, this is wild. Oh, this is crazy. But yeah, as I said, the get back to the tangent of the tangent. I'm sorry, everyone. You'll hopefully anyone who stumbles into my streams and gets used to me over time will realize I have the most ADHD style way of going through stream of consciousness. I will run from one thing to another and back again, and it can be fun when I can rein it in. But in these little jet lag streams, as I'm going to call them, me trying to get back to my normal rate because I went halfway around the world because that's just the kind of crazy son of a bitch I am. I do anything to keep my word, really. It's quite insane. But yeah, I'm just going to be trying to refine this tangential thing to give you guys a little more interesting thing. So going back to it, as I was saying, though, Pokemon in itself, Gen 3 I fell off, which was known as the Hoenn region. Ruby and Sapphire, for anyone out there who wants that retrospect of me just calling out random ages to a person I know in chat. That was 24 years ago that I, with my own money, bought a Pokemon game because I was hype for it. And it broke the disillusion. It didn't do it for like most people in my generation. Most millennials just stayed stuck and could not get away from it. Like I swear, if there are three things that society ripped my generation off with, it was Pokemon, Ritalin, and SSRIs. Like that's what my generation got ripped off of. Everybody and their mother just fucking pumped all the money out of us for Pokemon, SSRIs, and Ritalin because we were all a bunch of mentally disturbed people that couldn't figure out the difference between the things that we actually needed the medication for and things that we should be able to overcome ourselves. And it became from the fact that the generation before us, due to the Reaganomics era, screwed us out of proper health care because we didn't get to, I hate to say this is a really weird way of saying this. We didn't get to work out one of the most instrumental problems of figuring out healthcare in that way. Yes, asylums and all that were terrible, but they were terrible because some of them were being corrupted. Like the ideas of them shouldn't have been as bad as they were. They should have been much better. And we should have saw the horrors, and instead of just shutting them all down when we saw these horrors, we should have faced them frontwards and be like, hey, why is this corruption happening? How can we fix this corruption? Because we're still going to need this because our people are, we're getting into a new age that certain civilizations don't get to work their way through. We're in a high civilization where everyone's freaking working now. You don't have a single income household. You have dual income households. You have differences in how children are being raised. All these things are changing because we're going in a direction that a country has not gone before. I mean, we just hit our 250th anniversary of this great experiment that we call America. And I'm just saying that even now, we're just seeing all the retributions from these problems. We saw the sparks of the problems. You know, the first bad incidents with schools. I'm not going to say the very specific phrase because that's a terrible phrase to be saying, and yeah, I hate that my country leads in it, but it's because my country unfortunately broke the minds of their civilians first, and instead of going through the hardships we needed to go through to fix our civilians' minds, we decided to sweep the darkness under the rug and hope that in time we would just figure it out. And we didn't. I mean, Reagan himself is very famous for saying the phrase. Some of the most fearful words for American citizen at the time were, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Yeah, that phrase alone went down in infamy, and it's finally echoed back to this generation. From the 80s to now, we're, what is it, if we do actual math, 30 years later in reality, because we're in the 20s, so yeah, about 30 some odd years later, here we are, seeing the echoes of the past finally hitting us and shedding their darkness into the light. And I can just hope that the generation that followed after mine can actually understand this and get back into it. It's very fun. Alrighty. Now that dark, sad topic is over, because my tangent, back to Pokemon and how this game is so much better. And darn it, Nintendo, if you'd have just done this years ago, you could have had all my money. I'd have been like one of those brainless, freaking riddled minds that use this game as a way of expressing our so-called differentness because, oh, we were discovering that nerds were people too. Yeah, that was nice for you all. You got your little nice nerds as people too. You know, I got ass beatings. Like, that's what I got in school. Like, we fought. You ever throw hands with another man because you knew Vegeta was the better Saiyan? Like, let's get let's put that out here in the world of Dragon Ball, in the world of my black community where I grew up. I'm half black, for anyone who doesn't know. That's why Cam is also a mixed character in my books. It's a little reflection of my reality and some things I saw from my reality that you don't really get to see from either of the singular race. Like, if you're white, you'll never in your life see some of the weirdness I've seen from my own people, both the white and the black. And being mixed, you will never really get the... oh, Lord. Ah! No! It's an 80, yo! Yo! Bro, please, no! Not like this! Oh, Lord help me, Jesus. Okay, please, no! I didn't mean it! Help! Oh, I'm dead. I got caught up in my own talk and now I'm dead. Okay, old man yells at clouds. Okay, I've learned a very valuable lesson. I should have known better. They told me, they told me that the drones were gonna be strong. I doubted their power. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pocket Parrot. I didn't know you had that gangster in you. I didn't know you had that dog in you. I should have known better. Nobody just takes on Pokemon. A Okay, I hate to say this because this just shows how stupid millennials are. Pokemon is such a force of nature. It's like America in terms of military spending, so to speak. When America spends money on military, we dwarf the next 5 countries. Not the next country, the next 5 together we dwarf because that is how we roll. George Washington once said, "What separates the American Christian from any other Christian around the world is that we will die upon our feet before we live 1 second upon our knees." That is how we roll. That is why our military spending will dwarf GDPs of entire countries around the world. Does it suck? Yes. But would you rather have the other 4 runners up be the ones doing it? Ask yourself that question. Now that that question's been answered, we can go back to Pokemon. Pokemon's the same in terms of making money off of their product. Pokemon is so big now, thanks to my generation's absolute stupidity. I'm gonna get away from this zone because I ain't trying to get knocked out by another level 80 drone. Okay, so the game has changed, son of Flynn. I can't just roll up in there anymore and just kind of walk around. I'm gonna have to be smart. Okay. It'll wake my jet lag brain up. I gotta be smart about this. So we're gonna go up on one of these spires, and I'm gonna try to figure out the new layout of this place. It looks relatively similar. It's just less like structurey and more like an actual island. The question is the guy I'm looking for even still in here? So while I'm looking around thinking about that, I'll keep talking. So Pokemon basically, in terms of merchandise, has dwarfed the next, I believe it's only 3. I don't think it's gotten to the next 4, but it dwarfs the next 3 products. I'm going to call them products because they're no longer universes or lore share. They've been destroyed and turned to products. Absolutely. The next 3 products get dwarfed by this. And let me put this in perspective. Number 1 used to be Disney. Disney is one of the biggest freaking conglomerates in the world in terms of owning entertainment. At one point in time, when they were going to buy EA Games when I was in college, they would have owned 70% of all entertainment in the market if that deal had gone through. That deal did not go through because the US government really does not like an absolute monopoly. We like to play this game of free market, and then, we'll let you slip around sometimes, but we're never going to let you play in the numbers of, what we're playing with in terms of bombs and bullets, so to speak. If you get what that means, you'll know what I mean. Everyone complains about Elon Musk being a trillionaire, but I'm going to be basically real with you. If Elon Musk had to look at any of the bills that America did, it would probably drive him a little more insane. And you might explain some of those Twitter rants from the earlier days in that current administration, as they call it. Like, I mean, he probably looked at them numbers and said, damn, y'all motherfuckers lose more than I will ever see in my life. And yeah, that kind of sucks. But when you're dealing with the GDP of a country that's way too big in terms of its economic prowess, like, you're going to see that. And it's because that's just how humanity works. Eventually, once one thing conglomerates something, all the other things see that greatness and want to conglomerate within it as well. And that conglomeration, I'm probably using this term completely wrong, but I'm just going to use it this really stupid ADH brain way. Once everything just kind of comes in together, it just starts building upon itself. And if it never collapses like a black hole into itself, it will just keep growing. And I do hate to be the bearer of bad news. Humanity is nowhere near, in terms of intellectual mass, close to that of a black hole. So it's got a long way before it would ever collapse in upon itself. It is almost self sustaining in terms of our own population size. On a universal scale, it's nothing. It's just a blink. Let's be honest. If a sun blew up and farted a supernova in our general direction too close, we're gone in a blink of an eye. We'd never know it. So it's not even, hell, actually, we might know it just enough time to be like, oh shit, and then we're gone. But that's just how the fabric of the world and the universe and reality works. That's why I'm kind of always stunned when people can look at reality and think it's just a bunch of random stuff. There is some sort of design to it, whether you believe it's creationist, intellectual, or not, or just absolution. It is something that will exist and always exist. You just got to keep looking forward and going forward with it. And that's why, as humanity, we're always going to keep growing, because we're going to have that little, what they call the spotlight effect. I guess you can call the known unknowns, absolute unknowns. The whole little speech Samuel Jackson gave in Pulp Fiction, that actually is a thing that exists. And it's basically, the more you know, the more you open the ideas up and create more things you don't know. So think of it as a flashlight putting down a spotlight on a table. When you see that, it would be absolute darkness around wherever the light does not touch. There would be little fading in between the absolute hot point of the light and the outside. That's where things get a little fuzzy. That's the new unknowns, if you will. And then everything in the center is what you know. But then as you keep getting bigger and bigger, even that absolute center will get so big that there are some things within it that you will yourself forget. That's like known unknowns. But like, well, it's unknown knowns and then you known unknowns. It's basically, you think of the 4-6 structure, you'll get it. As that light gets bigger, as we understand more of that fuzzy stuff on the actual circle of what we call the known world, everything in the darkness suddenly becomes the new question we ask. We have widened that circle. We have created more from what we have understood. And because we've created more from what we understand, we can now look at some things that we knew in new lights and ask new questions. And thus, what is the je ne sais quoi I'm thinking of? This jet lag brain is getting to me. Basically, the things we don't know eventually come to light, and when they do come to light, they just give us more questions to expand knowledge. That's why knowledge may be ever expanding. We don't truly know if there is an end. We suspect there is an end. We expect there's an end because the universe seems finite in its nature. While time may seem infinite if you look outside a certain boundary, or if you look at string theory a certain way, in reality, you're just kind of guessing. We don't even know if the universe will absolutely be finite. We may never be able to get to the point in reality where humanity can even understand that, because we may not have enough time. The heat death of the universe, we know when that's coming, and to be blatantly honest, the chances of humanity being around that long is, in a cosmic scale, seems insane. It's crap, I'm hungry. Not in real life. The character's hungry and she's gonna die. I've been sitting here rambling like an old man, and now my character's starving. How is she gonna keep her thick thighs going if she doesn't get food? How dare I? How dare I? I have to feed. So, hey dog, let me run. Huh? Why can't I just hop on it? What is going on here? Okay, new thing has happened that is confusing me. I should just be able to hop on. Thank you. Okay. Okay, it seems that there have been some more absolution put into the rules of where pals can be mounted or not. There were so many times I get annoyed by them. I'm going to get even more annoyed by them now. Because that was a place I could have just jumped and rode before, but it looks like they've added in like a whistle animation, and that whistle animation has added in a new string of things that can happen when you don't mount your pal. And because of that, it's going to create a fucking issue. I can already see it. But luckily, this seems to be a game that, is made by people with a soul. So I have a feeling enough people complain about it, it will get fixed. It's probably just a bug, and it's probably not something that will stay forever. Looking at you, Pokemon, there is no amount of updates you could have done to Arceus to put more Pokemon in the open world, but hey, millennials gave you so much money that you're outperforming Disney and fucking Star Wars together in terms of merchandising. That's what I was trying to get to, people. Pokemon has been made such a juggernaut that its merchandising power outweighs that of Disney and Star Wars and Marvel combined at one point. Yes, and I'm talking about before the Acolyte came along and completely screwed over anything Star Wars had in terms of hope. I mean, the hope was gone way before that if you had a brain, but Acolyte was like the final straw for the people who had been apologetic. Like when you start getting the apologists saying they're sorry, you messed up. Like that's a hard one. Like Acolyte was staggeringly bad with how like Kenobi had stupid people like divided and real fans long gone and having a good laugh. Acolyte was so bad that it had people questioning reality. Like same with what's happening over at Marvel. The Marvels, that piece of garbage. It was so bad it had people questioning amendments. I think people know what amendment I'm talking about. I'm not gonna bring it up because that's your point of view. It's funny to say repeal, and I mean, there are some moments when you'll look at it and be like, maybe you should have been. But yeah, I feel that's more of a bad education in current society rather than a bad thing on a specific anything, whether it be race, gender, whatever the fuck you want to bring out. I think you teach anybody anything, you can brainwash them to absolute stupidity if you slam their fucking head against it enough and get enough of their peers to, ostracize them. You can almost get them to believe anything. The thing is, though, and this is the thing I always try to write into when I'm doing writing, is like humanity isn't just that simple emotion. You can only emotionally beat somebody into submission for so long before you're going to get a problem unlike anything you've ever seen. And that's when the thing that has been solidified and hidden in their heart reemerges. And when people feel what absolutely they believe in, their true moral structure has been insulted, and if you have not been able to convince them that your moral structure is the right moral structure, you're going to see things that will shock you in terms of what humans will do. We've all forgotten this beautiful thing of the past repeats itself, and the past repeats itself when the past is forgotten. And they've tried so hard to kill the past in certain aspects that it has been forgotten by a lot of people, and it is creating a lot of parallels. And those parallels are not seen in at all. People will think, well, I see the parallels, I see them, I think, yeah. No, it's not. It's more subtle, it's more dark, it's more twisted. Things like that don't just happen. Things like that occur when half measures are no longer good enough, so to speak. There's always a time when you can still have half measures, when you can still have talks. But if you ever get to the point where you pass half measures and you get into the difference between moralities and your moralities stand in high contrast, it's not good. What you get from that is a type of darkness that goes from being a page in the history books to a chapter, or maybe even an entire section if it gets bad enough. So let's not let it get that bad. Always remember, don't give up on half measures. if there is some probability they can actually work. Because once you give up on half measures, you start getting to the point where you're going to have to sacrifice some things you care about in order to get some things that is good for everyone rather than just good for oneself. Things that people just don't tend to understand. Hard? What the fuck? We got wood and hardwood now? Oh, Lord. Please don't tell me y'all added complexity for the sake of complexity. Now, there's not innovating, and then there's over innovating. So I do. What the? What? I'm confused. What? Why were there random? Wait. Okay, let me go to the PAL box. Maybe they've lowered the boxes. Nope. There's plenty of rooms. If anything, they gave me more box space. Why were there random? Huh. I am so confused. Like, I'm just genuinely confused. I don't even know how to think about that. Is anybody working? Hello? Fuckers. Ain't y'all gonna make my spears? Okay, fuck me, I guess. Let me go over here and, okay, maybe they, like, got hurt and died on the journey, so they come back as spheres, and because I didn't have space, they just came back in the center, and I had to pick them up and let them get healed, maybe? Maybe that's it? I hope. I'm not sure, but I do hope. So, okay. I'm gonna need some people with skills. Skills that pay the bills. Bushi. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh. I see. Okay. I had changed things so where I was getting the max number of pals you could get in a base. So I guess they changed I'm going to say that they changed the scaling, so now you have less pals. So I guess those were the pals I had over the limit of what is considering pals. And looking at the fact that I have 39 beds, yeah, that actually makes sense. I pick up 6 balls, I have 39 beds, so it looks like they lowered the amount by 6 pals. And it looks like the pals they lowered are the ones that I was using to do that, and that is kind of annoying. Okay. I see. So I'm going to have to get rid of some useless things. You guys are useful. You're useful. You guys are kind of not useful at the moment, so let me take you out and replace you with a couple of boyos that got a little. Wait, I just. Wait, what is place? What? It's 6 kindling. What the fuck? Hold on, I just. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm dying from. Okay. Here I was looking for a level 4, and I got. And for anyone new that rolls through all these and is like, what's up with this? What's up with this power? What's it doing? Like, for people who didn't, come in, 7. Holy crub, dog. 7. Okay. For anyone, like I said, who doesn't, know how the basic function of the game is, basically, you catch these pals. Each of them have special powers. They do different things. Like, some of them kindle fires, so I can make ore and food, so on and so forth. And you're trying to get the best ones you can so you can make the most efficient base and ultimately beat the game, so on and so forth. Yata, yata, yata. And yeah, I just confused the hell out of myself right now because I was looking for a certain level of kindling, which was what they call level 4 kindling, which was the max originally, and now kindling has been raised. So what I'm guessing is that since this base and all my other bases has research, kindling all over has been raised, so now it's no longer, oh, you need a very specific one to do this. You can probably do it with more. Matter of fact, okay, see, like this. Oh, yeah, they changed. Okay. See, this was not here before. There was no level 7. This was considered level 5, and it took a level 4 to conjure it. So I had to go find Ozark to get this level. But now I see there's another level beyond that using bio battery. Nice. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Okay, I kind of get it now. So what's kindling go up to now then? Oh my. Kindling. Okay, I need enough plasteel and hexalite and thermal core. Wait, thermal core? I don't even know what the hell that is. Well, I guess we're all going to find out. Oh yeah, but for anyone who doesn't know the game, I'm just kind of... I'm not as confused as the people who don't know anything, but I'm definitely confused because this game is... boy, they made quite a few changes. So I'm just trying to kind of get an idea what the patch notes are through playing this. Do I say... Yes, I do still get that, though. Alright. So I'm just doing this on my old save so I can kind of get an idea. But tomorrow on my new account, we're going to start from scratch, and it's going to be a whole journey of doom. And it's going to be more in the style I'm going to be streaming, kind of how I was doing with New Vegas, where I'm more going to role play the character that is in the game. And every once in a while, I'll chime in as myself, to speak on things like, hey, if I react, I'll be myself. If I'm talking about lore, I'll be myself, so on and so forth. Are none of y'all... Am I going to have to forcefully make one of y'all do this shit? Where are you? You. Come here. You. I'm tired of this. Get over here. Do my work. That's right. I need pal spears. We got a job to do. Why are you confused? Why could I not even work them? What is going on here? Okay, maybe I gotta cancel them and redo them? Okay, let's get all my stuff back then. Yes, that is exactly what happened. But wait, there's more. Okay, that at least makes me happy because I thought that was really stupid. It looks like they've removed some of the things I thought was really stupid from Pal Spheres, like cement and carbon fiber, and they've replaced it with other things. So it looks like I can build legendaries now with stone. I can build up to ultras with stone refined. Okay. How do I get hardwood then? That's what I need to know. And I do need to make sniper module the next one if I can. I can. So I'll let you guys make that while I figure out how the hell to make hardwood. Okay, I see. So polymer probably also changed. So I'm betting if I pick that up and then look at polymer, it probably changed too. Let's see here. Polymer, yes, it's now sulfur and high quality pal oil. That's still the same though. That's good. Okay, I see. Some basic things have changed, so because I didn't reset. Alright. My next question though be the same. Hardwood. How do I get hardwood? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's see here. Is it? Oh yeah, it's a technology. I bet. So first we're going. I think I saw it earlier. Check out the technology. Let's see. We'll go all the way to the beginning and see if I've missed any technologies because of the update. So I have all those still. Does this do anything? Because I'm not getting furniture if it doesn't do anything. I'm still sticking to that rule. Yep, does nothing. I'm not getting it. So, fire arrows. I know what you use those for. I don't really. I'm not really like a. Like I don't pro play crap. Like I'm not gonna stack all these effects just to make capturing easier. No, I'm just gonna beat the hell out of it until it's health level 1, and I'm gonna throw a ball at it because that is how I was trained as a millennial. Damn it! I know all these extra effects give you like more chance, but I've gone too far now. This is how I play the game. I will brute force my way through everything if I have to. 3-shot bow. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see here. Training dummy. Wall torch. Artificial. Okay, I was about to say it better be like metal or something, because otherwise I'd be like, can I just plant a tree and then? Okay, planks made from. Okay, so wooden boards is now something you can do. That's nice. I guess every game needs a good plank. That's nice. A tombstone. That's funny. Oh, they came up with a new sword, a primitive sword. Nice. Or I just ignored it. Okay, stone. Excuse me. Stone structure set. Free Pal Alliance flag. No, pals don't need. They need help. Have you seen these things? They're crazy. Curve. I don't care. I'm gonna have to get a new feed bag though, aren't I? Crap. Here's I'm running out of food. Let's see. Makeshift FNG. Where is the hardwood? Stump and axe. That's for getting better wood. I should probably unlock that eventually. High quality monitoring. Okay. A refined monitor with improved materials and structure. In addition, is made with issue. Okay. I've been looking for this thing. I guess it wasn't. I guess it hadn't came out yet. That's why I couldn't find it. Either that, or I just scrolled over it like 50 million times. So I'm gonna need that eventually. Mushroom cake? What? Place it in the chest or a breeding farm to make pals lay a particularly healthy egg. A challenge for resulting pals will grow slightly more easy. Huh. Okay, so cakes are gonna give you different types of things for each breed. Okay, that makes sense. That's why there's multiple cakes now. Okay. I kind of get that. I bet you this is gonna be like way more intuitive than it was. Because like the first time I played, like I made the freaking noob mistake every noob makes of I made the base at the very beginning because I was like, oh, I start here, clearly I make it here, and I thought it was pretty cool at first, but then I realized it took forever to get to certain farms. So if you didn't build near certain materials, you were just gonna be screwed over. That's why I have so many different bases now for different materials, because it's just easier to place them at their natural materials, let them gather it themselves, and then once in the blue moon, you can get lucky and get the actual farm. So now I know that, so next time around I won't get that screwed over. But where is hardwood? Where is hardwood? Wait, oh, I just really tripped on that. They moved the feed bags out of ancient technology. I always thought that was stupid. Why did feed bags need to be ancient technology? Isn't that kind of stupid? Like, oh no, who'd have thought of putting a sandwich in a bag? Ooh. Only those ancients are gonna figure that one out. Okay, there are things with hardwood in the ingredients, but I'm not seeing hardwood as a technology. Am I insane? Okay, high quality. Where's hardwood? Am I insane? Am I a joke to you, Palworld? Is that it? Is that it? Like, am I insane? Did I miss it? Like, what is this? I very carefully read everything. Where is hardwood? Like, seriously, like, am I tripping? Okay, let me search my name then. Oh, okay. Hard. Hardwood? Not in technologies, huh? Really? Okay, so it should just be something I can make? Find? Seriously, like, what the heck? Okay, am I... Okay, let's just look here. Filters, let's just uncheck all. And what we'll do first is material, consumable, I guess key items. Let's look at those first. Nope, 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 nope. I see feed bags. Nope, no. Extra weapon Oh, we have weapon holsters now? Okay, that's nice. I must be... How do you get hardwood? Am I gonna have to be stupid and Google how to get hardwood? I will. I am not above this. I will be stupid. I will Google it, damn it. Don't you tempt me. Okay, okay. Oh, and I'm hungry again. Great. Just great. Okay. I'm kind of losing track of things here because I'm trying to read. In the update, would it have killed you to not give me a real pause, though, Palworld? Like, I really wish I didn't need a mod to pause. Like, a proper pause. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, even in Minecraft, if I hit pause, the game stops. Unless I'm in multiplayer, then it'll be like, hey, y'all, one homeboy wants to pause. Y'all want to pause? And then you pause. This one, though, it just stays live unless you have the mod. And it's my one little complaint that I wish they would have kept. But I guess it is. I guess it's just too damn pertinent to the balance of the game to deal with. Okay. So, if that's the case, then how does one get hardwood? Is it a byproduct of wood? Let's find out, I guess. I don't even think I have a lumber farm here anymore, do I? No, I don't. Fine, let me go to one of the places that has a lumber farm then. I think it's this one. Let's check him out. How's he doing? How you doing, bud? I'm gonna go see how you doing. But man, I'm just okay. Now, yeah, okay. Here's the majigger. All right, you give wood. How the fuck do I get hardwood? This is gonna drive me insane. Okay, it's gotta be okay. Let me run through some probabilities here. So first, you. Okay, no, you do not burn wood to make it into hardwood. That's good then, no. Not that either. Okay. Let me go back to this base and see if I can craft some hardwood somewhere, because this is actually getting freaking annoying. Like, yeah, there's plank. Alright, is there something I could build in here? These are weapons, these are spheres, these are crafting. Power gear, no. High quality workbench, that's probably... But this is like the pinnacle. This is the product assembly line. There shouldn't be anything it can't do. Do I have a high quality workbench just chilling around here? Or did I get rid of all of them? I think I got rid of all of them. Frig. Alright, so we'll make nails if I can, as those haven't changed too much. No, they haven't. So we'll make some nails. Come on, y'all. Y'all got work and stuff to do. So while I try to figure out how to get hardwood, let me roll over here. Oh, they almost finished this. Let me help them out. Oh, gotta find Dragon Ball. But yeah, other things that will come on that new channel. It'll be more edited videos, long content, reviews. On my plane ride back, when I was looking through movies, I actually had a really interesting idea for a look into a problem that a lot of people have been wondering about and thinking about. And the way that I can put it is like the decline of the classic story. Like, I hate to, link it back to Joseph Campbell's The Monomyth, because there's so many freaking dumb nerds online like, I don't subscribe to The Monomyth by Joseph Campbell because that would just make life too predictable. You know what? You're all stupid. And I hope you feel bad. Beginning, middle, end. I hope you feel bad. In harsh environments, oh, okie doke. Okay, I get it. Okay, it's area dependent. I should have just read the fucking thing. All right, so I'm gonna have to make a new base, basically. All right. Excuse me. Ooh. I got myself a sandwich way earlier before I started the stream. It's been a couple hours, but it was a really good big old, as we call it in America, a sandwich. So it had a little girth to it, so it's still digesting. Just chilling. Oh. I might have to put some movement limitation here because I'm doing some crazy moves. Like, oh, snap. Alright, so deserts, volcanic areas, stuff like that will give me trees of power. Trees of power! I am absolutely one of the biggest stupid nerds they'll ever find. Okay, so these should all be hardwood trees. That's just regular wood, though. Okay, we still got coal here, right? Like that was the entire purpose of this thing, so it'd be better. Okay, let me go through here. Yeah, this is all regular wood. There's the coal. Alright, I should probably make a freaking Palladium axe so I can actually start doing some stuff myself again, because it looks like I'm gonna have to in this playthrough to like level out what I clearly missed out on. And what I mean by missed out on, in terms of playing the game, if you kind of jump forward ahead like this, in terms of like an update that this big, you might as well have just skipped everything. So there were certain things you could probably get away there were certain things you could probably get away with back then that you can't get away with now, and I'm already seeing one of them. Crub. Well, shite. That's good to know, I guess. Fudge. Crub. Alright, where did I put my original axe? First of all, let me empty out my inventory over here. Into this thingy my bobby. Things that I'm not gonna need. I'm just gonna empty out a bunch of stuff. Keep my metal. That's. Wait for what? Oh, some tech points. Cool. Libbity boop. Scoobity doo bap. What strength is that sucker gonna be? Doesn't tell me. I have to go to the workbench and see. That's fine. I'm just gonna put a bunch of stuff in here first so I can make a little room. Alright, now I can gather some stuff back there. Put that in there. Put that in there. Give me that food. I don't want food getting stuck in there. Have that. I will keep the bow in party. Skibbity doo up. I might have to use that. That's good enough. Alright, let me go find my axe. You have my bow and my axe. And so the nerd in me sneaks out again. Damn you, nerd. Okay, I have a feeling I left it somewhere and I am going to not fucking remember where I put it. Okay. I just need a axe. Any axe will do. Please, show me my axe. Where's my axe? Where's my axe? I know I can make a thing to just pull the axe out of thin air, but I kind of don't want to do that. Just because I forgot where I put my axe. Just need an axe. Could I put a pal out that, gets stuff? Yeah, of course I could. But there's something about... It's like the principle of the matter here now. Like, where is my axe? There it is. There's my fucking axe. Good. Good. Alright. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to start organizing crap in my bases now. Oh, finally! Oh my good. Okay, once again, I was making this point earlier in the freaking that's interesting. I was making that point earlier in the stream where there was points where I was like, why is there no fast travel here? And I feel the original thing was like thinking of balance. Like, I guess they didn't want people to just come here and spam Anubis back when he was like a 48. But now it looks like Anubis is a 55. And since Anubis is a 55, he's going to be harder to spam. So they upped Anubis's rank in order to put a fast travel here finally. Thank goodness. Because this base only exists because there was no fast travel near it. God. Like, this is the nearest one. And I think that's... Oh, wow. That's also what got moved. Yeah, I think there was maybe one here, and this one was still here. And then I remember thinking, wow, that's not close enough, because I can't just keep going back to the Anubis fight. Oh, crap. Oh, I bet Jet Dragon's like a level 70 now. Oh, I'm probably not even close. I'm so far. Internal pain as I realize that Jet Dragon is probably even further out of my reach now. Especially since I'm going to be starting over, basically. Okay, I feel lied to. Where's the hardwood, damn it? Okay, this is desert. Why no hardwood? Motherfucker. Okay, fine. All right. Oh, there are just more daisies now. That's not okay. Look, I'm in the desert. Maybe if I go over the desert part of the desert, I'm gonna hit these trees. I better get some damn hardwood. Move you. Why are you in my way? Fuck off. Kill them. Thank you. Really? Okay. That's not hardwood, I guess. I have a feeling this whole stream is about to be Mike searches endlessly for hardwood. And the more and more I'm saying this, the more and more I should probably be like doing the Gen Z thing at Paul's, but I really do not care. I am so irritated right now. Okay, this is a desert, okay? Clearly this is a desert, right? Like this, it don't get much deserty than this, right? But it also said volcanic. So let's try another one. Let me go here. It don't get more volcanic than this. Like it's volcanic and deserty. So if it ain't here, I'm calling shenanigans. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling shenanigans. Oh. All right, me. She's hungry again. Can eat raw meat, you. Just eat. Dang it. How stupid you gotta be to just not eat? Like, I get that it's part of like the thing. Oh, you gotta put it in the food bag because you gotta make it part of the mechanic. But could the food bag just be for pals and not the human being that has the freaking survival intelligence of I don't know. I don't want to say what I really want to say because that's just a little too extra. But like a mentally degenerative baby, like come on, man, this is stupid. Like what is going on? Eat the meat. You got food. Eat food. I get like not auto feeding the pals. Make that the mechanic. Okie dokie. I'm gonna keep floating. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. Alright. I'm looking for this damn hardwood and I'm starting to think it don't exist. I'm starting to get a little I'm starting to feel a little trolled here. Wait, what happens if I do this? Can I ride from my glide now? Get over here, you son bitch! I guess not, huh? Yep, that still works. Good to know. Anyway. Yep, some physics glitches never change. Some things never change. I think the only thing I've been debating on is in my old reviews I had like Kona from what's the name of the damn thing? Mrs. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is my avatar for my reviews. And that was part of the funniness of it is just hearing my voice come out of like Tiny Kana was hilarious in a way. It was like almost like an abridged. Kana was just fed up with all anime. But now that I got VTube models, the question is what I do. I thought like maybe I can use one of my characters from the books that fits the same like profile. Like in terms of like size, because I do think that'd be pretty funny. Because eventually I am gonna have to voice that character. It would be nice to pre-work out her voice in terms of this, but at the same time, I feel that I don't know. I like my other avatar that I have now that's going to be coming out, and everyone will see it eventually. It'll happen tomorrow. It's loosely based off me, and my favorite color, and it's going to be pretty cool in my opinion. My opinion, my opinion. Okay, here's some hardwood. So we're gonna harvest us some hardwood. And you know what? Where's that regular wood? Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. I don't need you. You're not important to me. Hardwood's what I came for. Okay. I've officially found hardwood trees. Now I know how to get hardwood. So my question is, do I make a whole new base here just to harvest hardwood? Part of me says yes. Part of me says no. And I'm betting the part of me that says yes is probably going to win. But I do need to find more than just hardwood to make this base feasible. So while I'm harvesting this hardwood, I'm going to look around and see if there's a reason I should make a base here rather than somewhere else that has maybe hardwood and other things that I could use. So hardwood is here. So let's go ahead and get Astagon and fly a little bit so that I can... Why no rise? I'm so confused. Hello? Astagon? Bro, what is wrong with you? Why no fly? I'm so confused. Okay, maybe dismount. Okay, Astagon, me and you, we're gonna have beef if you don't start working like you're supposed to. Astagon, why you no fly up? Maybe I'm waiting too much. Maybe it's just too much weight. Maybe they changed how flight works. That would be a little bit annoying, but fuck it. I would not be surprised. Okay. Okay. Question I just got answered. Blaze Mutt has now been moved to here. And Jet Dragon is now no longer here. Crap. Okie dokie. Considering Astagon is in the middle of a sanctuary, I'm betting Jet Dragon has also been moved to a sanctuary. Oh, hey, at least I know where Grisbold is now. I wonder where to get a Grisbold. Cool. I'm gonna go there and get Grisbold in a bit. Fuck, where's Jet Dragon now? Yeah, there's Knock. Okay, there's Frostnock. There's Astagan. I'm gonna keep saying his name weird and stupid because it's gonna be funny to me. Yeah, I guess I have not found the place where Jet Dragon is. Kitsune Nocturnal. Stereon. Okay, cool. Oh, they moved this boy here? Oh, nice. Warsack Terra. Nice. So that's deer. Oh, nice. If I were a betting man, I'm not, but if I were a betting man, he's either in one of the sanctuaries I have not discovered yet, or he is up there with the life tree. Son of a bitch. just son of a bitch. Okay. Hardwood for here. Oh, a Goldfin Ignis. Hey, Bushi. What's up, dog? Stop all that Bushi. Get over here, man. Oh yeah, random complaint from American that can go completely ignored if you really feel like it, but I'm going to complain about it because damn it, I feel like it. Highly disappointed in the Tokyo airport that I went to. They had a place that just said American food, like like American, well, Western cuisine, but one of the pinnacle Western cuisine things that was put on there was quite literally fucking Salisbury steak, and I kind of felt insulted. I was like, wait a minute. So for Western food, you my options are, and here were the options, y'all. This is what really pissed me off. Here were the options. There was a steak that was a Wagyu steak. First of all, fuck you. Japan, that's just your fucking steak, but cooked in an American way. Like, oh, like how insulting. Oh, hey America, we thought, well, hey Western society, we thought of one dish for you and it was a steak. One of the most basic bitch cowboy things that have existed. Like, I'd have been less insulted if you gave me like Wagyu chili, because at least chili is something that was made by cowboys here in America on the plains. That's kind of an American thing. You could even, add some beans into it because that's usually the typical filler, or you could have really went fancy boy with it and just had basically stewed chili meat with actual chilies that is cut up manually. But hey, here we are. Instead, I had an option of Salisbury steak or fried chicken, and I'm gonna be blatantly honest, at least the fried chicken was reality. Like, I ain't seen an American other than me, hell, I haven't even seen a Westerner other than me make a fucking Salisbury steak as a like staple Western food. Like, holy crap. Like, you might as well just put a sandwich on that bitch, like hoagie from Philly, and then you could have been like, yeah, America. I'd have been less insulted if the Western cuisine was just a McDonald's. Like, at least I'd be like, you know what? You're not wrong. And to be blatantly honest, that's kind of a little bit what I wanted. Like, I was like, yo, I've been stuck at Kuala Lumpur for like a total of 24 hours in my trip. Like, and I was so tired of seeing Kuala Lumpur. Like, I was more familiar with Kuala Lumpur than some of the motherfuckers that were working there. Like, I have like at least 4 random pictures with random people in Kuala Lumpur because I was the biggest thing walking around it for 12 hours fucking straight. Like, it was insane. But even they had Dunkin' Donuts. Like, come on, Malaysia had Dunkin' Donuts in the airport, the international airport. You mean to tell me, Japan, you couldn't have gave a nigga a McDonald's? Like, it'd been like I was about to go on a 12 fucking hour flight back to O'Hare where I was gonna be eating airplane food. And I'm sorry, airplane food, like, I'll give you this. Japan Airlines, your airplane food is superior to EVA, because EVA had me having a tragedy on my first 15-hour flight between fucking Taipei and O'Hare. Like, there was a tragedy that happened on that flight because of that food. That food hurt. That food hurt so bad that on the next EVA flight, which is I think it's East something Airlines. It's like East Very Airline. I forget what it is, but I know EVA was the shorthand for it because it's still stuck on my fucking bags. But dude, I got the beef the first time. I was like, okay, the beef, man, this tastes kind of good. Yo, man, this ain't bad. But then, like, I got a little rumbly in the tumbly, and I'm like, oh no, there's a tragedy that's gonna happen. And then the tragedy that happened was more of me having to go into an airplane bathroom to keep a tragedy from happening. Oh man, it was a nightmare. Oh, I hated it. And then I was like, okay, well, at least I'm at Taipei now. And Taipei, Taiwan, that airport, phenomenal. I didn't get to spend too much time there, but just flat out Taipei, respect your airport. It not only looked beautiful, it felt beautiful. It really did. Like, the bathrooms was clean. They had fancy toilets. Like, I actually felt like I could have, like, lived a little mini life there in between flights if I had to. Like, if I got stuck in Taipei for 12 hours, I'd have been happy. Because there was actually a lot of stuff I wanted to explore in Taipei. Like, I almost signed up for a fucking Chinese credit card just to get into one of the lounges because them lounges looked really fucking nice. But instead, I roamed up and found like a little shop next to the lounges that allowed me to buy stuff. And like, I had like a nice sandwich, I had a drink, they had boba. It was cool as shit. Like, I was like, man, this is real cool. Like, I might just come back here as a vacation. This is a nice spot. Best airport experience I had. Better than O'Hare. Because O'Hare is half the reason I had the tragedy in the first flight. Because O'Hare, your bathrooms are garbage. Your bathrooms are such garbage that instead of just finishing my damn business, I decided to roll the dice. Do Rio des Andes de Satorias again. I decided to toss the fucking dice on a 15-hour flight. And I'm going to be real with you. I regret every moment of it. So, O'Hare, as an American, as one of our busiest fucking airports, I'm going to give you a frivolous fuck you out of 10 because your airport sucked. Like, holy, like, I got there late because that's when my flight was leaving at midnight. I didn't expect shit to be open. There was a fucking Dunkin' Donuts open that was full of motherfuckers. I was like, who the fuck, why is there so many people in line for a damn Dunkin' Donut? And I went walking around, I was like, oh, that's because everything else is garbage. First of all, this is going to be me really ranting here. I'm convinced most of y'all are fucking lying. Every motherfucker in the world I ever talked to when I'm like, hey, I don't like flights because I can feel the nothingness through the soles of my feet. Like, I know at every single moment on that flight that I am 40,000 feet in the fucking air. Like, I feel it. And then because I'm like a bigger guy, I feel the inertia so bad that when turbulence happens, even though I was buckled in, I was having a little floating experience. It looked like them scenes from Apollo 13 that they were, testing with fucking Ron Howard was taking Tom Hanks and all them motherfuckers up into the damn plane to, simulate weightlessness. I was floating in ways that I did not want to float. Okay? It's bullshit. But everyone's like, oh, statistically speaking, flying is the safest way to travel. Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean it feels natural to a human. When you're in a car, theoretically speaking, statistically speaking, you are more likely to be hurt, injured, or die in a car than on a plane. Now, there are multiple reasons for this, but one of the biggest reasons is because planes are a communal mode of transport. It's an expensive communal mode of transport, but it is a communal mode of transport. It is more heavily regulated. It has much heavier standards. And until recently, plane crashes really aren't like a major thing in like any freaking country unless they were like a literal accident. That's why statistically they're better. There's so many things that have to go right on a plane that they don't mess around in terms of what's going on with a plane. They make sure all the checks go through. All these planes have to be on a schedule. They have to make it to their schedule on time. They are tracked live. My Syanku was able to track my flights all the way back home just by having the flight number. Like, that's how good we are at tracking flights. Like, when we want something to be safe, we can make it safe. But we have to do that because there'd be no other way in fucking hell to convince a human to go up in a plane. And this is where I say y'all motherfuckers are lying. Because everyone's all like, oh, I'm not afraid of flying. I love flying. I bet most of you motherfuckers are drunk. I'm going to say that 10 toes down with my soul. Most of y'all fuckers are drunk and you're lying. Y'all are more scared than me. And the only reason I'm saying that is because at airports like O'Hare and the Tokyo airport that I was at least in the international section, and Kuala Lumpur, and fucking Taipei, all of them had one or two or three things in common that I could always guarantee I could buy duty free. And for anyone who doesn't know what duty free means, when you go through airports, you're technically going through immigration when you're going through international. I could buy liquor here in Missouri, bring it with me on a flight in my checked luggage to another state, no problem. And that's because we are one country and our liquor laws are pretty much the same across all of them. We don't have to worry about that, and we don't have import taxes in between states on a civilian level because you're not, this isn't the fucking 1920s and we're not bootlegging and shit like that anymore. There are things that do have limits on it, like for instance between Missouri and Illinois, cigarettes. Cigarettes and alcohol actually used to have a problem where you could not bring them across state because of the difference in taxes in the two states created a market that was a black market, one that people would go across state lines to where they were cheaper, buy them in abundance and bring them back, and that is considered a form of bootlegging or trafficking illegal goods across lines. But that is only in specific scenarios. In most planes, like things like that, I could just bring booze from one state to another, no damn problem. I could bring cigarettes from one state to another, no damn problem, as long as the laws line up. And because they are a federally regulated thing, fire, alcohol, tobacco, FTA, firearms, tobacco, alcohol, one of the biggest things in our fucking economy, of course, we're going to have laws that line up between states because we don't want prohibition to happen again because that shit was crazy. It did more than just make NASCAR. It made rednecks more dangerous, okay? Really fucking dangerous. It made mobsters into basically forces of government. It was insane. So we try to keep that out. But same thing cannot be said about different countries because different countries have different things. For instance, if I went to certain countries that are controlled by certain people, alcohol is illegal. I can't bring it in. Okay, fine. So therefore, if I wanted my alcohol fix, I couldn't get it. But there is a place where those laws do not apply the same way it is the duty free. Basically, it's your way of getting a certain amount and skipping immigration and customs and not having to worry about getting screwed over. And if you happen to come from a country that allows this and you like to get a little libby-dibby-doo-ba-doo, you can do so in the airport by getting some duty-free stuff. Depending on the duty-free, there are different rules. Like, for instance, in Kuala Lumpur, certain duty-frees would not let you open up anything you bought from them until you got to your destination. But that was to keep you from buying things cheaper than you could at other airport stores, and so on and so forth. And it was also to keep people from getting fucking plastered in the airport, which is, like I said, some of y'all fuckers are lying, because the most readily available thing next to makeup and candy or I should just say snack foods in general. Next thing, makeup mainly was candy, but the only thing that was more abundant than candy and fucking makeup and duty free was alcohol. Alcohol out the ass. Give you an example. Glenlivet was one of my favorite scotches of all time. I still have a decent mid-tier bottle upstairs that I don't drink, so it's just left untouched. I have a couple of whiskeys like that because, I had friends that, gave me gifts as housewarming, but I stopped drinking after I got my house. But it's like, that's a scotch. Scotch is made in Scotland, certain amount of things to get. So the fact that I could get it at a fucking discounted price at a duty free in Kuala Lumpur, and at the same discounted price at a duty free in Japan, and the same discounted price at a duty free, you're getting the fucking drift here. Despite the fact this shit comes from Scotland, somehow I was able to get that shit duty free at any fucking airport. But when I was looking for my dad a t-shirt from Japan, in a place where I heard about they had these great ass airports with all this great ass stuff, I was genuinely annoyed that only one fucking duty free had anything like a t-shirt. And if it wasn't for the fact that anime is one of the biggest exports of Japan, I don't think we'd have had them t-shirts in that damn duty free. Because I'm gonna be real with you. Most of them didn't have t-shirts. Like that's like a basic bitch thing here in America. Like it's so basic bitch that I expect to walk into any gift shop and be able to buy t-shirt, keychain, and random stupid stuff like, oh, look at this calendar of the place you've been. Like, if you go to fucking Colorado Springs, Colorado, I guarantee I'm gonna find a fucking Colorado keychain and a Colorado Springs keychain. I'll I'll expect to find like fucking shit like, oh hey, we got this guy right here. This is a license plate with your like a stupid little thing like certain little staple things because they're easy to make, easy to customize, per state to get and sell to people. You little motherfucker. Sorry, everyone. I saw a shitty little silverfish running across my floor. He's lucky I don't have my bug blaster down here because while I was gone, my people helped out and my house did a little cleaning. Come here, you little crubber. Freaking hate these things. They're ugliest looking weird little bugs. And I know why they're here. They're always here when there's shit that's moisturing. And I'm betting due to the fact that it's summer and the area I am is high humidity, these little fuckers are probably all over my basement right now. So I'm gonna have to get my blaster out and start blasting. But anyway, yeah, back to the point. Y'all motherfuckers are lying. You're all as scared of airplanes as I am. The only difference is I don't fucking lie about it. If you're sitting there getting plastered to make it through a simple 4-hour flight from like fucking Chicago to LA, kiss my ass. You're just as scared as me. You just won't admit it. You're just getting fucking plastered, blackout drunk so you can fall asleep on the flight and hope you wake up at the destination. I don't blame you. But at the same time, don't fucking lie about it, you pieces of shite. So yeah, fuck that. All that. With everything. So yeah. I hate the fact that I was able to find more duty-free alcohol than I was able to find a t-shirt or anything that was like a souvenir at any freaking airport. Very annoying. And now that that tangent is over, I am trying to get back to my base now that I have this damn hardwood. But getting asked to gun to... He's not wanting to ascend, and I'm assuming it's because I don't have... because I have as much weight on me right now as I do. Like, let's see. See, this is how I used to fall. Wham. They used to just fall like that. They used to, like, hit the idle a bit. And then just float down. Hey, yo, get unstuck, ass the gun. Fucking ass, man. It's not even descending. What the hell? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let ass the gun just have his moment. He's tripping. What the fuck is this? No, actually, what the fuck is this? Come here, you. This is not what I wanted. Huh? Oh. Huh? Oh, I'm so confused. Technology points? Oh, okay. I was kind of looking for fast travel, but whatever. I accidentally found something. I don't know what the hell that is yet, but I guess eventually I'll find out. Alright, ask the gun. You're not wanting to float for some reason. You're actually starting to piss me off. So I'm just gonna go up here, to where this fast travel is. And we're going to go back to base. Because you're kind of being a dick. Alrighty. Base, base, base. I got that mother freaking base. All in the mother freaking space. It's all that base. Oh. Alright. Hardwood achieved. Now what's next? What do I have enough to make stuff? I do. You guys. Okay, so if I just get stone, I can make a bunch. Alright. So now I know how to get hardwood. Now I'm going to be able to do a little farming and a little trolling. Alright. So we'll go back here so I can get some stone. And I get to show one of my stupidest techniques that I'd use, and I want to see if it still works. I think it does. I think I tried it out before stream, but I really have to figure it out. Pal's hungry, huh? What do I got in here? Oh, we got eggs. We'll have him cook these eggs then. Oh, I forgot I have him cooking pancakes. 5. I'm gonna cook all these eggs. Alright, now that we got pancakes, our person shouldn't be starving anymore, and we should be all Gucci. Pancakes. Oh! And yep, that's a watermill. Alright, so that's a lot of stone, but not enough. I'm gonna show a really stupid trick. I'm pretty sure anyone who plays this game probably knows it, but see, when you're over encumbered, you can't really move. But because your grappling hook does not give a singular fuck, you can just zip on over. And as you see, I'm moving real slow because I'm over encumbered, but once I get here, I can still fast travel. Watch the fast travel. Stoked. And I fast traveled, and because I set this up right here, I just go over there and then just shove all the stones in there. Now I'm unencumbered. Ta-da! Makes shit a little bit easier, doesn't it? Alright, you're genuinely dedicated to the game. So I can make 4, 9, 9. Oh yeah, I need palladium, that's one. Well, palladium. Alright, let's go get some more fucking rocks after I bring these guys in. Alright, let's go ahead and put the souls over there at least. I'll put those bones over there, put those over there. That premium stuff, that good. Yeah, okay. This should, yep, okay, I can get rid of this sniper module now. Booyah. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, you mother. Okay. See how much of this I can drop off here. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Nope. Alrighty. Go over here to this one. See what else I can drop off. Oh yeah. Bow. Chicka-cha. Those are gonna have to get dropped off. Oh wait. Sniper module. Get out of there. What the? Visitors arrived at my base. I don't care about visitors. That's for chumps. Alright, I'll have this made into palladium while I go get some more stone. I'm pretty sure this place should have a bunch of stone because it's one of my mines. The fuck is this? No, seriously, what the fuck is this in the middle of my base now? It's one of these things, but now I have a whole other problem. Break the ceiling stone and the path shell. Oh, what ceiling stone? Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh. What ceiling stone? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And now I'm actually kind of annoyed because... Okay, I guess these are the ceiling stones. I'm actually kind of fucking annoyed because now you're over my POW box, so I can't get out of here now. Okay, I guess that's what I get for being the guy that built inside of one of these. Forgive me for wanting to fuck with the game a bit. Okay. So, are these the ceilings? Oh, yes. Okay. No, okay, pick up. Neutral support whistle schematics. Oh. What? Okay. I got stone. I can't fucking find my POW base, though. Because it's under this damn thing. I'm actually, like, is this assembly mode, maybe? Nope. Yeah, it's just... I feel I have a broken base now, because I have no way to, like... I have no way to undo this base, because I can't get to the POW box. And it's not like it's something I can undo, because it's... The POW box is in here somehow? How the fuck do I... Summon power command now spears. Can I... Wait. Nope. Can I sneak? Wait. I think yeah, there we go. I can still get to it. It's just like really difficult. Okay. Aha, there we go. All right. So I can just do this. No. Okay, Palworld, you could have figured out how to change crap, like, so I could not have to worry about that. All right, there we go. Go back. Now that I got out of that cave, I'm happy. Oh, I'm so fucking confused though. Like there's so much now that's just gonna be extra confusing. And I don't think I'm ever going to get not confused until I get to the point where I start the new game tomorrow and go through the new progression stages to figure out how everything goes down. Hopefully. Okay, that's a 5er. That's an 11er. That's still an 11er, so I'm still waiting for Paldium. That's fine. Can I just need a little more plasteel and I can work on better kindling. So we'll go over here. We'll set ourselves up a new one of these. Let them go out into the world. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use these. They've been used. I'ma just train him so I can get rid of those. Whistle. Fucking whistle. Why do I got a whistle? I really don't know. It's crazy, you know. Alrighty, man. Let's see here. What is the next thing? Let's go to my plasteel place and answer the question I was too afraid to answer when I was originally here when this first loaded back up. Let's find out. But yeah, Tokyo, I was very disappointed with you. I wanted a McDonald's. And I was only disappointed because as soon as I got home, of course, O'Hara's fat ass had a McDonald's right at the exit. Like, seriously, as soon as I left immigrations, there was a fucking McDonald's just chilling right there. And I was so insulted that I had to get home to get to a McDonald's that I didn't even go to the McDonald's. Now, to be fair to Kuala Lumpur, this time I did figure out there was more that I had not seen, but it was basically the same thing in a triangular setup. Like, it was like, okay, here's some gates, and here's some things, and some duty-frees. They had a Burger King, and I don't know, maybe this is just a weird thing to be mad about, but I was genuinely angry that the one time I decided to go up to the counter and talk to the regular person rather than go to the kiosk was the one time I was just supposed to go to the kiosk. Because I stood in line. I was like, oh, well, let me stand in line here because, you know, it's Kuala Lumpur. Maybe it's slightly different, the combos and stuff like that. I don't want to go to the kiosk. I want to just go up here, give it. It'll probably come through faster because it's going through an actual person. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I walked up and he's like, oh, hey, cash or card? I was like, card? The fuck you mean? He was like, oh, and go to the kiosk. I was like, what the? What? How the fuck? That? How the hell are you gonna have a cash only in a fucking airport? Like, seriously. Like, what? I don't want to go to a fucking kiosk. There's like 20 people at the damn kiosk, and they all look stupid. Piss me off. I'm like, wow, look at the biggest thing standing at the fucking kiosk. You know how fat they look? Look extra fat. That's like mega fat. That's like Mondo fat. Like, holy crap, man. Okay, questions answered. It looks like it does still make oil. Okay. I was afraid it didn't make oil anymore. I thought I was going to have to need that computer thing now. Ancient parts, plasteel, and but of course. All right, fine. I've been fucking not wanting to make another one of these, but I guess I'll have to. Son of a bitch. It requires things that I don't have yet. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy when I can go through the normal progression tomorrow on my new account. Because like this is such a throwing me off. Like I was fucking trying to get to this level, trying to get to 60 so I can get a jet dragon and be awesome and like wee. But no, now I'm fuck. Now I gotta unlock other shit. If you want to use a control on automated equipment. Okay, ain't nothing automated. Automate these nuts. Alright, so I gotta first get the cryogenic bio-battery stuff. Then, where's, I saw it. Cryogenic. It should be, okay, there's corrosive solvent. Where's the cryogenic? Where's the cryogenic coolant? Bam, there it is. All right. All right. I'm an angry avatar. I'm just fucking annoyed. Like shite, man. Like, oh, this is I figured out the curves of this game. They throw a fucking loop at me. Oh, 30. Damn. Damn, why didn't you take me out for dinner first? Yeah, son of a bitch. I don't have enough to get both. Ancient technologies, though. Is there anything I could use? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. What? I don't even need this stupid field anymore. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so annoying. I only made this stupid bathing. Okay. Yep. Progression has completely changed. Let me guess. This makes hardwood, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Of course it fucking does. Of course it does. Of course. I believe I am losing my mind. Okay, extra weapon holster. A holster that allows an additional weapon to be equipped while in position. It increases weapon equip slots by one. Carrying one. Carrying one is enough. Okay, so let me look in here. Let me look at my inventory here. Okay, so these... So now you can get even more weapons if you want. I see, okay. The holsters will give me extra weapon slots, which means I can flip through more weapons easier. Got it. Does not matter to me, though. Because 4 weapons is enough. Like, I don't see the fucking point. So let me just go through here. This is more useful. And keeps me from having to fucking do any more fucking farming. Alright, boyos. I'm gonna go make some bio batteries and some cryogenic coolant. So you guys can fucking make plasteel again. It's like you come up and you're like, man, I did all this stuff to really get out there and make my base as efficient. And it's like, oh hey, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, I thought we were friends. It was like, no, friendship is for the weak. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, you. Do I make one of you here? That's actually a hard question. Fuck it, I'm gonna have a new game eventually. It's more efficient. I just wanna. This is just my fuck around and see what happens. All right, come on, y'all. We got something to build. Build, you little shits. Alright, now I'll get to work. Alrighty. So, first thing I was going to go do, figure out what I need to make bio batteries. Let's go down. Alright, first, coolant is made from ice organs and pal fluid. Not hard, that's not bad. Okay. Corrosive, venom glands, and sulfur. Finally, something for these fucking venom glands. I didn't even know what they were used for. And electric organs and refined. Okay, so I can make all of them if I needed. How much for another electric furnace? 410. Okay. Let's Let's go through here. It was 4 of you, I believe, right? Yeah, 4 of you, 10 of the cryos. So we'll do the slow one first. We'll do 10, we'll do 11 cryos. Go on, y'all. Start working. That's right. Alright, you little fuckers. Work. I guess I should actually like start making a proper place for everything eventually. Like I gotta figure out how I'm going to, for the next run through, get everything set up. Because ideally, what I would want to do. Oh wait, what did I need for this? Yeah, I still needed plasteel. That's why I was going through this whole rigmarole. So I can get these, and then we can go and make some plasteel. Meteorite descent. That looks stupid. Just oh man, sometimes laughing at myself I just look so stupid sometimes. Dun. What donuts you getting? Just dun. What dun? Oh yeah, this is gonna be like I guess this is only if you've actually been to an American Dunkin' Donuts or a normal Dunkin' Donuts. I have beef with you again, Kuala Lumpur. Why did your Dunkin' Donuts have the most confusing menu I have ever seen? To give you all an example of why I'm saying it was the most confusing menu I've ever seen, Dunkin' Donuts, at least where I am, is known for a few things. One, surprisingly, is its coffee. A lot of people get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That's the Dunkin' part in Dunkin' Donuts. You get the coffee, you get the donuts, you dunk the donuts and the coffee. It's like an old, like a little old thing, like a little stereotype for like donuts. You like dunk them, dunk. But anyway, Dunkin' Donuts. You should be Dunkin' Donuts and coffee. All right, whatever. They had donuts. They had a limited amount of donuts, but they did have donuts. They had coffees. They had both iced and regular coffee. But another thing, at least here, that Dunkin' Donuts is known for, because it's mainly coffee, here in America, we have breakfast sandwiches. Because, like, you know, that's just what we do. We like, hey, we have breakfast sandwiches because, you know, realistically, donuts isn't a really good fucking thing to have in the morning unless you want, like, a sugar rush. So, yeah, donuts and coffee, they work well together, stereotypically speaking, but in reality, if you're actually trying to start a normal fucking day, you don't want to have a fuck ton of sugar running through your system. So you can, you know, go and get a breakfast sandwich, which is usually a biscuit or a bagel with egg, cheese, and some sort of meat on it. Usually sausage, bacon. Some places have ham. Other places, like McDonald's, say they have steak, but you know, it's not really steak. It's just like beef-esque. So, like, that breakfast sandwich is a pretty big staple in America because, you know, when we're on the roll and we're trying to get all this bullshit, you know, bam, sandwich. But for some fucking reason, Kuala Lumpur decided we're gonna remove the breakfast sandwich part from Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, okay, what are you replacing it with? Fucking, I can't even like pizza slices. Okay, pizza slices and random ass sandwiches. And I really do mean like random. Like the sandwich I got, it was supposed to be a chicken. It was like, it's almost like a chicken melt, basically. It's like, hey, it's on a bagel, it's chicken, some cheese, and I thought, oh, it was gonna be like the breakfast sandwich, but no. For some reason, I guess maybe there's a quota. I guess there's so much nutrition. I guess food has to have in Kuala Lumpur or something that they all have the same veggies put in them. Like is what I'm getting at here. The pizza was the only thing that was like regular esque. It was like, oh, it's a square ass piece of bread, some tomato sauce, some cheese, and a meat. They had like three variants. You could have the Hawaiian, which was pineapple and fucking chicken on pizza. What the fuck? If you're gonna have pineapple on pizza, it's usually with ham because that's the saltiness you need to counter that. But whatever, fuck me, I guess. So then they had just regular ass pepperoni. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not the biggest pepperoni fan, but I'll have regular ass pepperoni. And it was specifically beef pepperoni because, it's Kuala Lumpur. There's a lot of Muslim, they go through there, they don't eat pork. And you can't have a facility that also makes pork and be halal. So you have to have beef based stuff. So it was beef based pepperoni, so I was all about it because I don't usually like pork based pepperoni because it's usually the more fatty parts of the pig that they do put in the pepperoni and it's highly processed. But hey, rather have highly processed beef than highly processed pork because beef may move through the system slow, but pork moves in a little bit slower, especially when you're getting the fat of it rather than the leanness of it. So I got that, and I got the chicken sandwich because I was like, oh, it was just like a chicken kind of like Parmesan almost. But no, like I said, they all had all the sandwiches, because I would have gotten tuna, but all the sandwiches have the same fucking veggie. It was just bell peppers and red peppers and yellow pepper. So it was like, okay, it was just bell peppers, red, yellow, and green. Sliced up and then just thrown in with the cheese. And all of them were like prepackaged. So they came in like a little pre-pack, like a fucking school lunch basically, but plastic. It was like, all right, here's a little plastic thing, and they pop it into the little oven they have, and that warms it up, and it gives the facsimile of cooked food. And I'm always going to say facsimile of cooked food because that's basically all these things ever do. It's not really cooked food. It's just like, oh, here you are, dog, because this feels like food, so therefore, since it's warm, you'll feel a little bit happier and more like it's food. So the pizza, because, you can't, having grown up in America, everyone knows that fucking schools sold pizza every, Friday, usually it was a thing, pizza on Fridays. And it was always those square pizzas that, they just put in the oven. It was just warm enough to do it, frozen pizza. I'm used to that shit because I'm from America. I was like, cool, I'll get a piece of frozen beef pepperoni pizza that's been re-warmed up so that, it can have a facsimile of being real food. And I thought that the sandwich was going to be like a lunch version of a breakfast sandwich. No, it had the fucking bell peppers hidden in it too for some fucking reason. And it just kind of ruined the whole thing because it was a Jack cheese, but it wasn't Monterey Jack. Like, if you were going to have the fucking peppers in it anyway, why not just give me Monterey Jack cheese that comes with the peppers in it already, rather than just slice up some peppers and throw them in the center and have them all be stuck there so that when I get to the slightly colder center of, the fucking thing, I'm really annoyed by it, the slightly colder center of the fucking thing, and, oh boy, guess what's also in your Sammy? Peppers, and they're not mixed in properly, so you're just gonna get a big ass bite of cold peppers and cold meat and slightly melted cheese in the middle. Have fun, you little fucker. And I was like, this makes me sad. For the first time in my life, I was like, you know what? I see why we created McDonald's. We created McDonald's for places like this. Clearly, an airport can't have a full kitchen. Not in everywhere, because if you have a full kitchen, you need actual ventilation. Ventilation has to go up, and there's certain things you can and can't do within, distance of the airport. So things like McDonald's, Burger King, and all that makes sense because their cooking methods give you a close enough facsimile of food while keeping it warm because they've basically broken it down to a commercial science. They made an assembly line out of food. But when you're trying to create a facsimile of said facsimile of food and all you got is basically the oven they give you in Subway to warm up sandwiches, you might as well have just put a fucking McDonald's there and just let them have their regular menu, because then you could have just been like, oh, just use all beef versions for it, because like it's not like there's much fucking pork in a McDonald's anyway, and then they don't use like beef byproducts. They use sunflower oil for their fucking fries, so it's not like that can't be made into halal. You replace that with palm oil, and you know stuff like that. You could more easily convert a shitty commercial fast food restaurant from America into something that works at an airport than trying to fucking jerry rig other things into these facsimiles of food. Like, let the places that already made a making out of facsimiles of food do it. Like I think some of the closest places do, like Jollibee in fucking the Philippines. They're pretty good at making facsimiles of food, just like McDonald's, because fuck, you know, they wanted their own thing. They wanted their own thing. They're like, hey, you know, we got certain spaghettis we got certain this, but we kind of want something that's like a McDonald's, but it's not a McDonald's, so we made Jollibee. Jollibee's pretty nice, and you have that everywhere. Like even in America, we have that. Like, hey, down south towards Texas and fucking Oklahoma, we don't just want a Burger King or an A&W or McDonald's. We want something that's more us, something that we can make upscale a bit more. So they make Whataburger, and Whataburger is basically like the southern version of Culver's. Sorry, everyone out there that thinks Whataburger is like the greatest fucking burger ever. It's pretty mid for a fast food burger. I'm sorry. When Fuddruckers was around, it was a better fast food restaurant burger than Whataburger ever could have been. And In-N-Out exists, so you're never gonna beat the diner style fast food burger. So Whataburger, I'm sorry, you're basically just the southern version of Culver's. You're hyped up. You're extra. Deal with it. At least like, you know, the Midwestern Bible Belt thing of White Castles is a different type of fast food burger. You might as well just not even be a thing. It's like basically just take for anyone who's been to American stuff, like take the ideals of Chick-fil-A and give them to Culver's, and you have Whataburger. And for anyone who's from up north, take one of the good Portillos, the ones that have the Italian stuff and burgers, like the ones that have beef, have the Italian beefs, the spaghetti, pizza, and burgers, which I consider the better Portillos. Because yes, the hot dog ones are nice, but I kind of prefer the more Eastern Italian themed Portillos over the more dive in diner and dive hot dog style like Midwestern version of Portillos, even though I'm a Midwesterner myself. It's like, just imagine Portillos but worse. Yeah, that's right. Whataburger ain't got shit on Portillos. Sorry. Way better fast food style burger that's slightly upscaled than Whataburger. Eat me. Whataburger was overhyped. I was really mad. And to be blatantly fair, I gave it 3 chances on my journey. I tried the one in Oklahoma. And to be fair, it was sullened a bit because right after having it, I was like, okay, that was kind of mid. It was like overhyped for nothing. I had to go to a fucking Walmart and get a COVID shot to go to a convention because lo and behold, the convention wouldn't let me in unless I had the fucking booster shot. So even though I had, I think, what was it, 8 to 9 more hours left of my 16-hour drive to Texas, halfway through that motherfucker, I had to get a booster just after having a mid-ass burger from Whataburger. I was genuinely angry. So I was like, okay, I gotta give it another chance. I can't just, I can't leave him like that. That's cold as ice. Let me, let me help him out. So when we got to Texas, specifically, we went to Whataburger. Just outside of Austin, because in the city of Austin itself, I'm sorry, it's like bougie white peopleville now. I freaking hated being in Austin. Parking costs too damn much. I've never had to do this in my life. I go to a lot of cities. Like I've never gone to New York because that's just not the style of guy. I like to drive, and the fact that New York is basically undrivable with your own personal car pisses me off on levels you can't even understand as a Midwestern American. So I won't even get into it. let's just say Motor Cities breed a certain kind of motherfucker that likes to drive to the point where my vacations are still 80% driving because that's fucking beautiful to me. I can be annoyed as shit while driving and I will still drive because I'm a fucking driver. So when I got to Austin and I had to park my beautiful car in a stupid multi-tier level parking structure, I was already mad. It's like I'm in Chicago all over again, but at least Chicago, even with all of its stupid construction shit, I can still drive in Chicago. I can have a decent drive through Chicago if I wanted to, and I could park in places with, I never thought I'd say this, reasonable parking prices for the amount of time and walk around Chicago and still have a decent fucking time because just like in the car, the grid's working walking too. And there's no mid ground like in Austin that I'm about to get to. You see, Austin's big enough to where it's annoying to walk around. There's still enough rich, snobby people that there are cars that are fucking blocking up the roads because they don't care about how much this parking costs because they have the fucking money for it because most of them move from California and all this extra money they're getting back from taxes now for being in a red state rather than the blue state, they're wasting on shit like gas and fucking Mercedes for their kids and shit like that. So basically, traffic shit, and walking is damn near hard because the fucking city was not created with walking in mind. Like, Chicago has enough things on corners to where you could go to different places and not be like, even in a little city like St. Louis, just like, oh hey, there's a Snooks on the corner, which is like a grocery store. If I needed to get to another grocery store for some reason, if that Snooks was out of something, it's not too far of a walk because there's enough of them within proximity of each other and enough different types of grocery stores and bodegas that you can get to. Like, for instance, in New York. Like, I don't like New York, but I at least give it that. It's walkable more than fucking Austin is. Austin, though, if I wanted to go to another Target, it was on the edge of the fucking city and on opposite pole points. Like, one was, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm trying to think of this direction. That was south. So if I was going in this direction, it'd be east. So on the east side of Austin, there was a Target. It was past the convention center, basically on the edge of the city, right where the fucking highway was. To get to that Target from our airport, we had, and I do mean had, to use one of those stupid ride-sharing scooter services. Now, to be fair, I had fun with it because, once again, I'm a driver. Problem was, they don't have rules the same way cars do. So, you had issues of people like me who cared about people who would go fast enough to make the journey worthwhile, but wouldn't go fast enough to where you would run somebody's family over. But most people didn't have that inkling in them. They just were on their time thing. That, oh, I got to get where I go because it's important. A lot of them were tourists. A lot of them were probably as pissed off as me that they had to rent an electric scooter or an electric bike to get around the damn city because getting around their car was damn near impossible and parking everywhere cost, even at this damn Target and the other Target. So, you had to rent this scooter. You might as well have just paid for the 24-hour pass, which I did. And when you pay for the fucking 24-hour pass, you get to ride as much as you want. And, you know, it's like a certain rate. And the rate's a little bit better because you're paying in bulk rather than per thing. But fuck it, it really pissed me off regardless. And like I said, you're going to have people just flying down the streets about to hit you. So if you feel like walking, like when we were close enough to walk to the convention center, because it was only like 3 blocks, so walking in cosplay wasn't that annoying, even though it was damn near 100 degrees, and dressed as a black Sith, like as a fucking Sith Lord in all black, was kind of insane to do in 90. But I did anyway, and the boots and everything. I damn near died going to this place, but it was worth it. Because even though it was a convention for Ruby, a show by Rooster Teeth, like, there was still a decent number of Jedi going there, which was funny as hell to me. Like, I don't know why. Like we none of us dressed as Ruby going there. Like not a single one of us. One of us was Master Chief. I was a Sith Lord, and then the guy who was Master Chief was also Obi-Wan at one point, and I was Anakin. So like we were not there for Rooster Teeth shit. Like the only thing Rooster Teeth adjacent was the fact that he dressed as Master Chief and our other friend dressed as Cortana, and that's Rooster Teeth adjacent, not absolute. And no, like I just having good like fucking like rolling around like I said and just getting on these electric scooters. Fucking annoying. Fuck you, Austin. You really pissed me off. And all the food within the city, everyone goes, okay, maybe I'm spoiled. And I'm gonna say this as a kid from the ghetto, as I will say, because where I grew up is technically a ghetto of the USA. Trust me. As a kid from the ghetto, there's a lot of things, I am technically spoiled for because other areas just don't got it like us. And I figured this out from other people that have visited my area. Like, I come from what is known as a flyover state, and I lived in the drive-through county in said flyover state. If you don't know what a county is like a subsection of a city. You have cities. Then on the outskirts of the cities and the suburbs, you have what are called counties, which are the areas between the country and the city. They're more spread apart. You have bigger yards, you have actual houses, and then you have little commercial districts in between on the main, like, arterial roads. But it's basically the place you would rather live if you like having things open, like in the city, but you don't like living in such close quarters. It's basically like the perfect mix for the country boy with a little bit of city slicker in him. And then, like, for anyone who's American, you'll get that. Like, especially for people like me whose family came from the rural areas and then moved to the city. The county is usually the area that you settled down in because you had to work in the city, so on and so forth, before the counties got bigger than the cities themselves. So yeah, I come from a drive-through county because it's a rougher area that people would drive through rather than stop in. It was not the destination, it was a place you drew through very fast on your way to your destination. Because if you didn't grow up there, we could smell it on you, and we were kind of like wild animals in that way. We didn't like outsiders. Sorry. We were kind of an insular, our communities are very insular, and it's not until recently with the internet that everything is opened up enough to where our communities kind of understand why we're the way we are. We're more conservative in that way, so whatsoever, who cares? We're more conservative style Christians, even though we live in a more liberal city, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that fucking happened, but it did. So anyway, when you come to an area like mine, there are certain little things, like we're known for food. Like, for the people who do end up staying here and the people who do end up, like, stopping here, what they say about the area is that the food's amazing. They're like, how do you have, like, all these different foods? Like, how do you have Ethiopian food? How do you have Vietnamese food? Chinese food? Filipino food? Like, how do you have all these different cultures? And it's because of the same reason. When you live in a flyover state, in a drive-through city or county, you get a lot of people who get stuck from one place to another. Say you're in a bad spot. Everyone's had this. You're in a bad spot and you need to get a new job or a better situation, but you just can't seem to find a job where you're at. Well, sometimes you have to roll the dice, so to speak. You have to pack up everything you have, sell everything you can't take with you to get as much money as you can to hop in your car with all your stuff and drive from one place in the country to another. The U.S. is a very big place, so you have a lot of places you can drive to get better opportunities if you are willing to take the chance. Now, it is really hard because if you don't have family or friends in an area, it can feel very isolating. But in that isolation, you can find a new community like a lot of people do here. What happens is, say you're one of those people that did it, but you didn't have enough from stuff that you could sell to make enough money to get to your end destination. You thought you did, but you didn't. So along the way, say something happens. Say your old car's battery dies, or you run out of gas and you just have to like, oh, I have to stop for a bit and try to find a way to make a little money so I can get that gas to keep going. Well, you end up at a place like this, a drive-through city. And you get here and you're like, wait a minute, this is a different type of ideal. There's stuff I can do here because, there's not many people constantly coming into here. There's people driving through here and a lot of people who've lived here trying to leave. But at the same time, it's very cheap. It's actually not as fucking bad as people say it is because in reality, it's inflated numbers because policing here is done different than it is in certain other liberal cities, so we get a worse rep than we actually deserve. So they're like, hey, this isn't bad. And then you meet the people, the community. Like I said, we're very conservative and insular, but we have a weird affinity for outsiders, like little weirdos, if you would. It's like, hey, we're the little weirdo county and the little weirdo state in the biggest crazy economy country in the world. Not many people know the name outside of the actual fucking state, let alone the actual country. You can make something for yourself here and have a nice life because you can have those conservative ideals from certain places, but with the insular nature of a community that's more open once you become a part of it. Because if you get stuck here and you decide to put down your roots and actually put into the community, you become a part of it. And that's just as simple as that. Once you become a part of us, you no longer get the stank on you. We accept you. We bring you in, and it's like, hey, you're like us now. You're a little weirdo. We're all little weirdos. We're just having a good old time. We're just trying to survive. So hey, man, welcome. Well, hell, man, woman, welcome to the crew. Well, welcome to the drive-through city. Have your little fun. Make your little family. And one day, your kids may grow up and want to move out of here. But in the end, they will realize how good they had it in this little town where things were cheaper and you could actually have a life without having to have the most ridiculously insane out there job of all time. I know that for a fact because I managed to do it before I have to restart over. But even then, I'm not as afraid to restart over because I live in a place that it isn't as stagnant as people claim it is. It's just more constantly evolving because new generations come in and find a place that they can make their own, and they try to stake a claim. They make a little change, it improves for the better, and we move on. It's happened since basically the 70s here. Technically, I could argue from me, in my case of my family, it's happened since the 60s, because that's about when my grandparents had their family and moved here for both of them. My grandmother on my mother's side and my grandfather and grandmother on my dad's side. They all moved here, they started their family, and somehow those two families came together and created this little weirdo that is me. And even though I tried to get out here when I was younger, you get in those college ideas, you get those ideas of liberal mindset and socialism, and you try to make your own little thing, but then you get out there. What's weird is there are some people like me who can't fall for the same brainwashing as some do because your moral fiber was hammered so hard into you that it is basically forged. Like, imagine a beautiful katana, like, if you will. Like, right now I only have the spear on this character. I've been kind of roaming around because I'm waiting for pals to actually make something so I can go out and hunt more pals. But say you have a spear like this, and you can make it out of pot metal. Like, basic, simple pot iron, or we call it pig iron pot metal. The most basic bitch iron you pull up out the ground that you could throw in a furnace, bring together, and make a very shitty spear. It'll be better than a stone spear, better than a wood fucking axe or something like that, but it still can be better. So what you do is you add technique to it. You heat it differently. You quench it differently. You hammer it differently. You fold the metals together with other metals in order to create alloys, and you try to make those alloys that can hold an edge while still being soft. And it's like, you do different things to make it better over time. And in doing that, you forge something greater with the whole of the pieces than any of the individual pieces could have been on their own. And you get something like Lily's spear here, which is very, very good compared to a regular ass spear. But it took a lot more knowledge. It took a lot more work. My morals are like that. I started off as pig iron like every other human does. My parents, the hammers and the tongs, and the world, the fire, and my beliefs, the quench. And every time I went out in the world and was refired, I'd get soft or deformed or changed, or I'd have a flaw, and then the parents had to come, pull me out the fire with being the tongs and the hammer, reforge me, reshape me, refold me in order to make sure that when my moral fiber reset, like when all of my structure set in, my beliefs reset in, and I quenched myself into a new form, I was ready. I was better than I was when I went out before. That yes, the heat may have been put on. I may have been thrown into different temperatures. I may have hit different metals. I may have struck different things. But in the end, you have been reforged into something better through care and time. And the problem is, no matter how many coats of socialist paint you try to throw over a fucking spear, or how many little ribbons you try to tie on it, you're not going to change its deadly nature. You're not going to change its edge. You can dull it. It can be resharpened. You can break it against stone. It can be reforged as long as it was created with a strong foundation, with basic principles and moralities. So no matter what was going to get put on as a different coating of me, eventually it was going to get eroded back down to the base morality, and that's where I'm going to be. So I'm the kind of person that left the familiar world in the monomyth sort of way and came back to the familiar world with new power. So on, so forth speak. That's how most people should look at life. You shouldn't just, unless your situation is absolutely bad. Like there are some places in this country that, because of how they are, it's going to take a lot more than one singular person or even one singular group to reform it. Some places just have to be left behind because the only way they can be recreated and reforged is through absolute devastation. Being abandoned, having no fire left for any of the metal that is being created there to even be forged, forces the tongs, the hammers, the blacksmiths of the parents, if you will, to give them a better chance, move somewhere else, do something different. And that area, that sad little area that could have been something, that should have been something, will become desolate. And eventually, maybe, one of those pieces of metal, a couple of them maybe, many decades later, with a little bit of nostalgia and morality still in them, will come back to that area and say, you know what? It deserves another chance. It's so far gone that it's so cheap now that even someone like me could make a little change. And it can be hard because the people that do that are ultimately gambling in a way that most people will never gamble in their life. They are putting their livelihood and comfortableness on the line for some greater purpose outside themselves. Some could say, oh, they're doing it for their own benefit. And yes, they are. It's like there's got to be some sort of benefit for a person to want to do something. That's just how humanity works. We're very base creatures. We are still animals. We may have evolved a brain that has given us emotions and a social structure far more advanced than any other animal we really come in contact with. And we try to assign things to like dolphins and that, but no, they're still fucking animals. Dolphins don't have laws. They don't have a society. They have, well, they don't have a culture. They have a society in a way, but not really a culture. It's like they're still running off base animal instincts. They just have enough intelligence to make those base animal instincts more dangerous. Like an octopus. An octopus is far more intelligent, but an octopus is far more intelligent because it had to get that way in order to survive and for its body to function. It's not like humans in terms of intelligence. It may be able to reach that on a total, but it cannot reach that on an absolute across its entire lifespan and across societies and across its culture. Otherwise, we would have stumbled into octopus looking deeper into technology and things like that. Because it's not like we hunt them to extinction. Like they have their own little things. There's plenty of room in the fucking sea for them to go out and do shit. But do dolphins ever try to make an architecture? No, they fucking beat up damn puffer fishes to get high because they're an animal. They're like, oh, I like that rush, and that's all they think about. It's like they like the rush, and they're gonna just keep chasing it and chasing it. And they have enough intelligence to be dangerous because they're like, oh, we're stronger now. We can get all together. We can beat like they have like packs and gangs. Like it's crazy. They're the facsimile of what the human intellect is. I'm sorry, they're still fucking animals. We're animals too, but we've just ascended a little bit higher. We have enough self awareness to know that certain things are wrong. We have created a morality, and by creating said morality, we have instinctually made cultures and societies based around said moralities. And because we do that, we are able to live on a more civilized type of way than an animal would. Am I saying it would be improbable for them to ever evolve from that point? No, it's not improbable. Like, it could happen. There could be another fucking planet where they are the apex evolution of predator, where hell, they could be just fucking dolphins floating in a damn methane gas cloud somewhere that are hyper intelligent, that work like us in a way, and their structures are all based around silicon and crap like that, and we could never know until we stumble upon it, because like this fucking universe is so vast. But in reality, here on Earth, this is just how it are. A fucking dolphin's a dolphin, a fucking octopus is an octopus, cat's a fucking cat. Humans are gonna fucking outthink them every goddamn day of the week because we're the motherfuckers that stood up, got tools, did something. We started as damn primates and we evolved. And we evolved through a system that has been set up for said evolution to even be probable. And when looking at all that and talking about all that, that's when you get down to the brass tacks of things and you realize, oh, wait, damn. There's a lot more to this evolution thing than everyone likes to let on. Like, we all like to let on Darwinism this or simulations that and all kinds of bullshit. And everyone likes to spew out theories that they don't actually understand anything about because most of them never actually look into this stuff. Like, there are people I know who claim to be... Okay, there are people I know who say they're atheists who don't know that atheism is in a way based around its own form of religion and like the logic of science and how things are put together. Atheism doesn't just stand in contrast of those who believe in a creation myth of some form, whether it be Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, whatever you want to say, or just paganisms in general. Like, you just don't fucking... You don't... Like, atheism, the people I've met that say they're atheists, they're more the people that only exist to go against Christianity and not actually have anything insightful to say about science or the world or give an alternative. And that's how you end up with all these really stupid debates online with people who say they are atheists getting absolutely schooled by people who, you know, believe in creationism. It's because those people that believe in creationism can see a greater spectrum of science than some of these atheists can. And I'm not saying there aren't atheists out there who could do it. There are. There are probably people out there who are still pure atheists, who still purely believe in science, who can still purely out-talk those in creationism, and maybe even be out-talked in those in creationism. But that's the thing, it's the back and forth that you still need, because I'm sorry, there's too much to either side's arguments to not have some validity into them, to where both need to keep being explored side by side rather than being exclusively knocked off. There's just too much to it, period, point blank. That's how I see it. And there's something to say that some of the smartest people in the world still have a belief in a creation, a creator, the creation myth of some sort. Is because almost like the more intelligent you get and the more you understand how you're nothing. And that understanding of you being nothing adds a new aspect to all of the mathematics and science that we can use to explain the physical world. It's like, how can you believe it's all random when we can put order to said chaos? And when we believe there is order to all of the chaos in one way or another. What we see as chaos is order that we don't understand. Like even quantum physics. When we first looked into quantum physics, there were so many things about it that probably just shocked the scientific community as it was before we started getting into breaking the atom and understanding the true power that's hidden in the strong force and things like that. It's like there's so much to it that we had to go out and learn. And it changed our perspective on it. But even between those giant, massive changes of perspective, even though we can't absolutely link them all in together in one theory, because, the gravity and special relativity doesn't actually measure up with quantum gravity and certain things we get and certain rules, and we have to figure out how they all come together. But we know they will one day come together in a way that we may not even be able to conceive right now, or in a way we may have conceived but we don't know how to explain. Like, if you'd have told somebody about entanglement, the spooky action at a distance is how it was usually always explained back in the day. That spooky, instantaneous, almost action. Like, even then, we thought it was instantaneous. When we look back, we figure out you actually can, in some ways, measure quantum entanglement. And you can understand that it does have a limitation. It's not absolute instantaneousness, but it is a certain measurable speed that when you start adding in greater and greater distances, you start seeing that there's more and more to it, that maybe it even falls within the universal constant itself. And it falls in the rules of the universal constant by being like, hey, this universal constant can still exist because basically what's happening is you're not getting any useful information here. This information is only useful to the other entangled partner, and it's only in the relativity to its position so that they can be linked in said position, and then we can use that in quantum computing to do things that you never thought probable back before we understood what the spooky action at a distance was. And when you're a regular person, it can be hard to quantify that in your imagination. There are people out there who can read a sentence and they can't visualize the words. There's people out there who can't visualize what the words are describing. There's different layers to how our mind works. And then there are some out there who have dreams so vivid and so striking that if you dropped a regular human mind into it, it would probably shatter them. It would probably make them think, what's the difference between this and reality? But it's like there's difference between lucid dreamers and non-lucid dreamers. Like there's so much we don't understand about the human condition, about the human mind, about consciousness, and how everything in the world's connected. But yet there seems to be a possibility of order in that chaos. And the more we discover that order in that chaos, the more chaotic it seems. And the more we define it again, we just realize something bigger than us has to be out there. Something more intelligent than us. Something far more evolved than us. There can't just be us. There can't just be this level of consciousness. There can't just be this simplicity to it. If everything was just a random occurrence, then how many infinitesimal different universes are there where there's nothing happening, where the laws of reality are completely changed? How many things have to not exist in infinitum in order for this reality to have happened? And will we ever be able to quantify that in a way that humans can understand? Maybe not. Maybe we won't. But we do still have some belief that that order exists. And the fact that we have that belief is kind of what I feel is also linked to our belief in myths and creationism and legend and everything. It's like we take the best explanation we have at the moment. We always will. Because we want to be, at some core, those are the smarter ones. We want to be, not even the smart, every human wants to be the master of their own universe. Every human wants to be the main character of their story. And in a way they are, but it's when you get outside of yourself that they lose sight. Just because you're the main character of your story does not mean you're the main character of every story. Extras are the main character in their own story from their own point of view. We've played with this in so many different ways in entertainment and stories across time. It's like, yes, the normal everyday guy can be the main character, but he can also not be the main character in the story overall. And some people just can never get past that concept because they can't get past their own emotion. Emotion's a hard thing to get past. It's something that has come from our consciousness, from our evolution. It's something that we have not mastered. And once we do master it, it'll probably be the end of that breed of human. We will have to evolve into whatever the next stage of consciousness is when we get to the point where everyone can look past emotion rather than just a small percentage of us. And like people like to think, oh no, it's the vast majority. No, the vast majority cannot do it, because I would say if you took a singular person out of anyone in the world, the chances of you getting somebody with what would be actual, and I do mean actual, not this fucking stupid buzzword idea of emotional intelligence, but actual emotional intelligence, to get that from a human, I bet you it's less than 10%. If I were to give it like favorable odds, in my mind, 20% is the best it can be. I bet the majority of the time, and I'm going to say majority 60% of the time, you will get someone who can be swayed by emotion in some way, shape, or form. Because in order to be truly emotionally intelligent, you have to choose the best logical response in every outcome, regardless of the emotionality of it. And most humans, if you put their child next to a normal person, they will choose the child over that normal person every time. No matter how much the logic would sway to the other person, they would choose the child, because we are still creatures of emotion, because we still have to be in order to protect our offspring, in order to protect our family. So until we can find a way to evolve to where we can trust our offspring to be absolute, or we don't have offspring, we somehow become eternally immortal beings. Like, we'll still die, because the dying would be a problem, but like, you extend life long enough to where more people don't have to constantly breed in order to keep the population up. That's the only way you're going to get something like that, is to and in my mind, that's when you're just going to make us not human anymore. You're going to basically evolve into a next plane of existence, something so inhuman to a human that we will probably classify it as something else sapien rather than like Homo sapien, or Homo something else rather than sapien. Like, maybe my Latin is not up to snuff, but Homo sapien, it has a specific meaning, and that's why we are called it. Is we come from, like, we started Homo erectus, like all that shit, and then you got fucking Neanderthals, and then the Homo sapiens are the ones that survive. So yep, see on and so forth, bamboo, boozle. We would cease to be Homo sapiens, and we would probably start moving into some new type. It would probably be like Homo caucasus or something, like something to do with consciousness, something that's more logical rather than having to do with the physicality of the body and the physicality of the mortality. Because I think that's the only way you can remove the emotions from the equation completely, is when you no longer need them to protect yourself. Like, we have fear to keep us away from things that, like, it's like fear is one of the most base emotions, a base emotion that exists across animals in us. It's like, we have fear to keep ourselves safe from bigger, badder predators, whether you be the 3-year-old child who's getting picked on by like the 7-year-old bully from like fucking 4th or 5th grade, when you're like just like walking around the corner with your buddies as like a fucking preschooler or whatever. You know, this is like more of a back in the day thing. You couldn't really do that here in America today. The fucking population and people have changed way too much. But there are places that are still like that. I've seen them. And just speaking on that, we as humans can still operate like that. It's just outside forces will change that little social evolution. It will not change the true evolution. It will still exist in our genome. It'll still be part of who we are, but you'll never, so to speak, you'll never get to the point where it's just like, oh, hey, whatever, bro, we can all do that now. It's like, no, you'd have to evolve. And hopefully, when all that's said and done, has any of this fucking... Okay. I gotta get... I'm getting so tired of waiting for this damn kindling. Is there something I can do or drop here that will improve the kindling in this base specifically? Let's look at others. Water fountain, minecart for mining. Flame cauldron for fire making speed. Do I have flame cauldron? Yeah, I already have it. It's already here. And you can't double the effect. I have both of those already. I have that here. Fuck. Okay. That's as fast as it's gonna go. So, let me go back to the other base and see if my pal spheres are ready enough to where I can go out and start hunting pals again. But yeah, it's humanity is a complex while also being a simplistic thing to understand. And I think that is the beauty of most things in reality. Like I said, there is order to the chaos of the universe. We can see that in the way things are slowly and surely unfold over time. But at the same time, that order sometimes takes form in ways we would have never expected. That's why we discover things. That's why we go out into the world. That's why there's still people who believe in that Star Trek idea of the final frontier and want to go out into space and do more. It's part of who we are as humans. It's part of evolution. It's part of what we feel we need, what we desire. And I think that's beautiful in its own little way, you know. If we just, just don't bring it down to the brass tacks of it, it's just beautiful. And it's shit like that makes me be like, you know what? Humanity can be all right if it just keeps evolving rather than staying stagnant. And there's no other way to stay more stagnant than to keep doing the same shit over and over. And yes, I brought this tangent all the way back to Palworld and Pokemon, because that's how I fucking do it. That's riding, baby, on the top of my head. So as I was saying, if you want to get better, you evolve. If Pokemon Gen 4 had been like a loose, and I mean, like, okay, let me look up Gen 4. Let me look up Gen 4. I'm gonna be nice here. I'm gonna be nice here because I don't want to be like a complete absolute. Yeah, it's like I just like when you look at all of it and you just come down to the okay, there it is. Fucking finally, thank you. All right, yeah. When we get down to the actual brass tacks of the whole thing, damn it, I picked up my phone for another reason. I got distracted. Sorry, everybody. Gen 4 Pokemon games. What were they? Yep, they were what I thought they were. And that means they came out roughly about when I think they came out. But I want to be sure because I'm not the kind of guy that just likes saying shit. I like actually trying to fact check certain shit. Like when I'm rambling about fucking science and shit, like I'm not a scientist, so like I'm just a guy who likes, reading into science and I take cool shit and I put it in my books. Like that's the kind of guy I am. I'm not gonna pretend I'm fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson or fucking Albert Einstein or Oppenheimer here. I'm just a guy who loves science because it's absolutely fucking cool when you think about it in an imagination way. Like some people are like, oh, what's so cool about knowing how a black hole forms? Like if you know how a black hole forms, you can like actually describe it in a way that a regular ass human could imagine and create a spell out of it. Like in my books, I have fucking characters that can make black holes out of spells, and it's like you can even build tension with that. Like you have the dramatic irony. Like oh, you as a human might kind of get what they're summoning in that first chapter, like a black pinprick of light that just sucks in everything and even warps the light around it. It's like, huh, that sounds like a black hole. And then once you start getting into the later volumes of it, you actually see them creating said spell, and it's like, oh, knowing how it's formed allows you to make a more interesting fictional facsimile of how it would form through magic, and it's things like that. But anyway, so okay, not as old. It was a 4-year gap between them. So 2006 is when Gen 4 came out. And Gen 4 came out on the DS. So around the DS time, we would have been coming up on Wii. I'm pretty sure we would have been coming up on the Wii. We should have been 2007, 2008, right? Or maybe it was before that. I'll double check. Nintendo Wii release. I'm believing it is. Oh nope, same year, 2006. Damn. I rolled the dice and lost on that one. But yeah, I was close. I thought 07, 08, but it was 06. Same year as the fucking new Pokemon generation. Now it's all kind of coming to thing. So if instead of completely throwing your entire fan base to the wolves, looking at you, Nintendo, because that's what the Wii did. The Wii did it, and all the fucking Nintendo fans. That's what, okay. I'm starting to see a pattern here. I was disillusioned with Nintendo when the Wii came out. Just like I was disillusioned with Pokemon when Gen 3 came out. It's almost like I went through the stages of grieving long before any regular gamers did. And then these millennials will never go through said stage of grieving because they're just too damn fucking derp about it, So, as I was saying, if in that time, instead of getting all these fair weather fans through the Nintendo Wii and trying to, get rid of your old audience, like, I feel that was what probably happened. I feel Nintendo didn't like what its fan base looked like at that time. That's why the Wii was what it was. The GameCube, which is probably one of their greatest consoles in terms of like a generational jump on top of something that stood the test of time and was well made, the GameCube was not supposed to exist. The Nintendo Revolution, aka the Wii, was what they were wanting to come out with, but technology was not quite there yet, so it was still in prototyping stages. And by that, I feel that they couldn't come up with a console that was different enough to isolate their fan base that they wanted to get rid of from the old days, because they wanted to become more of a new modern sort of thing. Because at this point, the console wars had happened. Like, Microsoft and Sony came in, and they said, we're going to make this shit into capitalist fucking competition like we like it. The console wars, probably the greatest time for gaming because competition was high and you had to work to get people to buy your fucking games, unlike now. I tried to stop it with Anime too with my review, but here we go. I'll be an arrogant asshole. Let me get past this. So, if Nintendo had instead evolved the GameCube, which was their greatest accidental success, if they had just taken the GameCube, evolved it, gave it better disc quality, gave it better graphics, better loading speeds, better times, and you could have kept the controller because the controller was actually kind of interesting and fun, and it worked really well for a different plethora of games. If they'd have just evolved that rather than trying to continue with the fucking Wii, they could have had a more powerful console that did some sort of basic facsimile of this. Pokemon Coliseum, in reality, Pokemon Coliseum should have been this. If we'd have taken Pokemon Coliseum's graphics and this type of play style. Because at this point, I'm pretty sure. Let me look. Let me look before I start talking shit again. Let me look into this release date because I really don't want to get this one wrong. Okay, bam. Okay, yeah, okay. It was close. It was fucking close, but not close enough. 2009 is when Minecraft pre 1.0 launched, when motherfuckers started playing Minecraft. And it showed us that you did not need amazing graphics to hook people anymore. All you needed was a gameplay loop that was sturdy and fun enough to tap into one of the most basic instincts of humanity. Minecraft tapped into that need and wonder to explore on top of that love of creation that, if you look back in the day at fucking Lego, had, embarked us upon. It was like, if you look at all that and you think about it, you get like a better scale thing. It's like, all right, if you'd have taken Coliseum's graphics and you'd have came out with a newer version of a GameCube instead of the Wii, one that had the power to run a more open world like fucking Minecraft, and it didn't even have to be a big one. You could have made like not even like a fourth of a San Andreas style size map with a new generation of Pokemon and an open world like this, and then add like some base mechanics. Like, you had it. You had fucking Monster Ranchers and Digimon Adventures doing stuff like this back in the PS2 and fucking PS1 eras. It's not like it didn't exist. If you would have made an open world game like this where I actually could have saw Pokemon in their proper scale, ride on them, fucking actually surf them in real instead of just being like a little fucking text screen and like little prompts. You didn't even have to give me voice acting and shit. You could have just gave me basic Legend of Zelda style open world with fucking text box and shit. Like, that's the another thing annoys me. Wind Waker proved they could make an open world that was amazing. They just didn't want to. If you'd have done Wind Waker style world with Coliseum graphics on a better GameCube, you'd actually still be on top Pokemon rather than being dunked on by Palworld right now. Like, I'm sorry, like, you have not created a new thing for your system that has staggered my brain since I was a child. Your Evo training is basic. Your breeding is basic. Your trading is basic. Your game setup is basic. Everything about it is basic because it can keep being basic because your fans are brain dead and running off of nostalgia. And you're just happy that the world keeps throwing garbage at them to make them feel bad, and their stupid Ritalin SSRI riddled brains can't see one basic fucking fact, and that is that you hate them. The only reason you still cater to them is because you're basically treating them like a cash cow. You're gonna run them completely dry with the most basic bare bones game you can get by with, as long as you keep shoveling in millions and millions and millions of dollars and have a fucking empire so big that even people who make third-party versions of your merchandise that is bootleg from China make enough money to retire generations of family on one thing of wealth. So, in fucking conclusion, Pokemon, you have been trash since Gen 3. Gen 3 was your first step backwards. You went from Gen 2, where you found out a clever way to code the game so you could play not only the new world, but the old original world, and open up Pokemon to make it feel like it was something big and more vast, while also adding color and new Pokemon and having all of them in there in a variety that was fun and interesting, to, oh, you get one region, you will be happy, and the fact that you don't see any of the other old regions and some of the other old Pokemon is because we couldn't figure out a way to actually program it all onto one fucking cartridge. But what we could do was figure out how to make little incremental code changes that let it say it was in your collection. So as long as you had the old games and a special cable that you can buy that was proprietary to Nintendo alone to fucking trade between the old system and the new, then you can finally catch them all. The basic fucking principle that our entire stupid fucking game is based on. Got to catch them all. You cannot catch them all in Gen 3. It was the beginning of the end of the fucking lie that was Pokemon and the joke that is Nintendo and Game Freak. Thank you all very fucking much. I have enjoyed Palworld 1.0, even though I sitting here with a little bit of jet lag brain and kind of been rambling. Always happy. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Well, way later on today with my new avatar and new account. I hope you all enjoy the new direction the account is going to go into. I'm going to end the stream here, and I'm going to try to capture these two little pals over here before I fall asleep. So thank you all for coming once again, and good night. Boo,